Got it. Got it.
All right, good.
Got it. Sorry.
Yeah, she
Thanks,
posted
Naomi.
on her Instagram page yesterday. I was cracking up laughing because she had some Kleenex on her eye, and she sounded like this.
Okay, guys. I have literally had a day from hell. Okay, literally, like Satan's not the worst day. Ugh. Okay, so it all started. I was like, I had a rough day with work, and then,
wait, she works? She doesn't work.
Burnt
Rough day with work.
my meat that I was cooking right now. So then I'm on the phone and Jacob starts yelling, so I had to go to the other room, and on my way to the other room, I slip on water from Brutus's bowl, and I slam my tailbone on the floor.
Oh, no.
So then I'm crying because I fell and hit my tailbone really, really hard. And mind you, I just finished making guacamole, and I start crying. I wipe my tears.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Britt. You kidding me? It's guacamole, not guacamole, okay?
I love Jenkins just in the background. Blam, 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 blam. Just playing.
And she's holding this Kleenex over her eye because it's just all puffy and watery. Poor thing. She looked like she
She's
had a
real,
terrible
bro.
day. She's real.
She's real.
You know, and poor Seth, he's never home. He's leaving today, right? I mean, I think he just got dropped off at the airport a little while ago.
Wait, really?
Yeah, remember? They wanted me to Uber him to the airport yesterday.
Oh, yeah. That's hilarious.
How are you going to survive without Seth?
Man, this is where we know not to answer the phone for a week.
Yeah.
How long's he gone?
That's why I'm talking about it right now, because she's not even tuning in. She has no idea.
Just be prepared, guys.
Yeah, having kids, man. I'm telling you, if you don't have kids and are planning on having kids, let's just rethink this, okay? Let's just really take a step back and let's figure out what is going on in your life right now that you're able to do because you don't have kids. All right? I found a list, and you're going to want to hear this because these are things parents miss before they had kids.
Sleeping in.
Yeah, of course.
Dude,
Sleeping in. Yeah.
Sleeping in.
Sleeping in.
Also sleeping in.
Getting a good night's sleep more often.
I miss holiday weekends because this last weekend was Labor Day weekend, and I was up early every day for a baseball tournament. And back in the day, I would probably just sleep. So is sleeping in also on that list?
You know, it's funny because I would have thought that would be number one.
It's not number one?
No, it's number 10. Number 10 on the list.
Wow.
Number 9 was being able to take a vacation any time of year, not just in the summer. See, that's another thing.
Oh, dude.
You can just travel because you're only paying for one person. You can't take the family because it costs too much. And if you do,
that's why
you
I
have
just
to
go
drive.
by myself all the time.
Oh, see?
Yeah, see, that's why I'm just like,
Man.
guys, it's October, New York Comic Con. Work's calling. I gotta go. See you in a week. Love you.
Yeah, your setup's perfect.
It is. I have a very patient wife.
Mm-hmm.
She's just so loving. Last night we were out rocking like double date status, and our friends we were with, I was talking about New York and all this stuff, and immediately Ro goes, she looks over and she goes, so Chrissy, where do you go when you get to leave for a week? And I'm like, hey, whoa,
hold on, back it up, back.
We don't need to talk about that.
No, you can't. You back it up right now. Guys, Steve-O went out last. Chrissy and Steve-O went out last night.
No, we just
no.
We went out with some friends.
No,
leave it alone.
Oh, just friends.
Leave it alone.
Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Like we can just leave that alone.
Oh gosh,
it's kind of a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
It's like when I go out with you. You do this every time. Oh my gosh, guys! Last night I got to go to the movies with Steve-O from The Morning Invasion, and I'm like, I'm right here, man. I can hear you.
It's my thing, man. It's my thing.
I know it is your thing. It's your thing. You get weird about everything.
You know what? You would do the same thing to me if I was the one who went out on the dinner date last night. You would have done the exact same thing to me.
Yeah, probably. You care so much
Guys,
about
he
sports.
went out. Him and Chrissy went out with Steph Curry and his wife. They're like best friends now.
Shut up. So, anyways, yeah, and that was literally something said at dinner last night. And I'm going, hey, go. I'm a planner. I plan things.
Huh, you're a planner.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
You just gotta go. You just gotta live. George Police.
Yeah, okay.
There's one thing the station's taught me. It's that, man. Thank you, Tadashi and Jordan Police.
There's one thing about you. You've always been the guy that has celebrity friends. And I how do you do it? Like you should hold seminars on how to become friends with famous people.
Shut up.
I'm serious.
Okay, fine. How about this? Don't treat them like they're famous, because what is fame anyway?
Really? I think, but how many pictures did you take with Mike Brown?
0 last night.
Oh, first time we hung out with him. How many pictures?
Well, with all of us, though. Are you kidding me?
That's true.
I was taking pictures with Aladdin's girlfriend.
You didn't take any pictures last night?
No.
Guys, he went out with Mike Brown.
Oh
and
my
his,
God, shut
his
up.
girlfriend.
You're such a dumb
assistant.
I'm going to stop telling you about my
He's the assistant coach for the Golden State Warriors. Not a big deal at all.
Associate head coach.
Oh, associate head coach. My bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
So.
Yeah. Coach LeBron James. Not a big deal at all.
Up?
Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
You are such a nerdy basketball fan. Is that
Yeah.
why you're mad? Because I don't care.
I'm not mad at all. I don't think we should just kind of brush over the fact.
Why not? That's my personal life. Stay out of it.
Okay.
Fine.
Your
You know what?
personal
What did
life.
you do last night? Personal life.
I watched Bachelor in Paradise.
Where?
With Bill and Kay. Yeah.
Oh, why are you there?
Because I'm going through a transition in my life.
Yes.
And I think everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. I share that a little bit.
Oh man, so uncomfortable right now.
Not really.
Stop it.
No, you know what? Let's just open up. Let's have a moment where we just open up. You go first. You go first. You fire. You give us some chunks of last night with Mike Brown and his amazing girlfriend.
Gosh,
and
you're such a dumb.
I'll give you a little bits and pieces.
To be fair, Paul says Bill is kind of like a celebrity.
You know what? He is.
I mean, he's got his own segment on the morning show.
So what was it like, man, hanging out with somebody with that caliber?
Gosh.
Was it what'd you guys talk about? Because I feel like I wouldn't have I couldn't relate. Did you feel like you and Christy could relate at all?
Yeah, listen, human being.
Do they go to the bathroom like us?
Oh my God.
Did you ask them that? Is there special bathrooms?
I'm never talking to you ever again. You're so stupid.
I have so many questions.
I know you do. This is why you don't get invited places.
Is he the one who is in control of his social media, or does he have a person? Does he hire somebody?
He's not on social media.
Oh.
He's like too busy for that.
See?
He's awesome.
Tell him I'll do it.
Okay.
Tell him to hire me. I'll take control of his Twitter and his Facebook and Instagram.
Oh man. Gosh, dude, it took a turn. We were going parenting.
What did he eat last night?
Top 10 things.
What did Mike Brown
parents
eat?
miss from before they had kids, which is
No,
hilarious.
what did he eat? Was it? Is he
We
a
all
vegan?
had pizza.
You had pizza.
Shout out to Village Pizza. Yes.
Any weird things on the pizza, or just a normal
No.
pepperoni?
You weirdo. You're a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
I will say he created his own pizza, and it was really, really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably
Mark
not
wants
used
to know
that.
what MJ said when I was hanging out with him the other day. Not much, man. He just kept trying to show me his Hanes. Isn't he the Hanes guy?
Yeah. He is. Yep. He's endorsed by Hanes. That's funny.
Oh man.
Anyways,
Amazing.
what were okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Top 10 things parents miss before they had kids.
You know what the funny thing is though? Speaking of last night, we got to go out. We got to go out and we have kids.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I think you just have to be conscious about it, because when you have little kids, it's a little more difficult.
Yeah.
But once they start growing, it's like, oh, we can still be humans.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was great because all 4 of us have kids, so it was good getting to, actually have a date night.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. Is that on the list?
Date nights to 7.
Boom! Date night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. Going to the bathroom without being interrupted was number 8. Yeah.
On the huge, bro. On the huge. Only Brody. Only Brody. Yeah.
Taking a shower or bath without being interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Just you can't take those nice bubble baths like you used to.
Yeah.
Spending money without worrying about your budget so much. So again, these are for people out there. Hey, listen, enjoy not having kids. Wait till you're like 40, like Buck. Buck was like 40 when he started having kids. I mean, I was always so
that's
jealous
awful.
of him. I was so jealous, though, because I always had kids when I was 21, 22 years old, and he didn't have kids for like 15 years, and I was always thinking, man, I wish I had his life.
Everybody's in different places.
Yeah.
Think about it. He started having kids that late. We started having kids so early. So in 5 years, when we're like, whoo, that was a good ride, guys. We did it. He's going to be like going to their first grade dance.
Yeah.
As a 70-year-old.
Yeah, but the whole empty nest syndrome is a real thing.
That's why
because of my transition in my life, it's tough. And it's hard. And I wish I would have done, things when I was young, because now I'm just depressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Total peace and quiet, as we heard from old Brett Romney.
Okay, guys.
Just listen to the background.
I have literally had a day from hell.
Listen to that.
Literally, like Satan sat the worst day. Ugh. Okay. So it all started. I was like,
that's what your life's gonna be like.
With work.
Yep.
And
where Seth, he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Yep.
So then,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's your life if you have kids. Just banging on things, crawling around, changing diapers.
This is true.
Yeah, you want a tidy house? No, you can't have a clean and tidy house, which is number 2 on the list. Yeah, you're a freak when it comes to having your house all clean? Nah, nope.
You just got to teach your kids, yo.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, they do their own laundry.
Yeah.
This weekend, they helped us move the house around.
Really?
We rearranged some stuff. You got to see it. It looks great.
Did you get rid of that ugly couch that you got?
Oh, no.
Uncomfortable couch that supposedly is a $15,000 couch?
I feel so betrayed. I love that couch. Okay?
Yeah.
It's an RH, bro. All right? Homie.
Uh-huh.
It's a good couch.
Yeah. And number 1 on the list for things parents miss before having kids was getting to be lazy on the weekend.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Getting to be lazy on the weekends. Yeah, no, you don't get to do that anymore when you have kids.
Yeah, pretty much never.
Mm-hmm.
So that's okay.
Hopefully we've talked you out of having kids.
No, no.
Yeah, okay.
Are you kidding me? What if you don't want to be lazy on the weekends? What if you want to get stuff done? On the flip side, I feel like they drag me down to laziness on the weekends.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to landscape more of the backyard this weekend. Ooh. I'm like, guys, gonna need your help. And they're like, oh, that was our whole weekend before. And I'm like, here comes the complaining. My angel children.
Yeah.
Not so angelic on Labor Day weekend.
Did you tell them, get your butts in the backyard now?
No, they stated their case and they were correct. And I was like, you know what? You just gotta live.
Okay. Not allowed to say that one.
Oh. Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube at Star 88 FM. And phone lines are open if you'd like to call in. 505-338-3700. And you can text into the show on the live line. What's the number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. There's a few on this list I don't agree with, though, man. Like, if you're looking at the top 50, being able to listen to your favorite music in the car, how come you got to let the kids take over your radio?
You have a point.
We've never been like, hey, guys, would you like to hear VeggieTales again? Nah, man.
Usually the kids...
You parent, you're in charge of the radio. Driver picks.
Well, that's the thing. If you just play your music, what I found is my kids, they love the type of music I'm into because they grew up with it.
Yep, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why we have such a deep affinity for Phil Collins and Amy Grant. Thanks, Mom.
But it's so funny because all 3 of my kids are so different when it comes to musical tastes. Like Caleb is a metal, like hair rock guy who loves like Metallica or just weird bands like that. Or then Jaden, she likes the pop, but she likes the indie stuff like I like. And then Landon likes hip hop. Yeah, so weird how man. That's another cool thing about having kids is they're always going to be different.
Are you talking people back into having kids that you just talked out of
having
kids?
Now,
you should
guys.
have kids.
Because there's so many great benefits to having kids.
On the flip side, another one on the list, not being asked why all the time. Oh, snap. Dude.
Why?
Well, why?
Why?
So you just answer them.
Dad.
Answer
Dad.
Answer it to oblivion.
Dad.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
Dad.
Huh?
Every question starts with Dad. Dad. I'm like right here. Right here. I remember freaking out on Caleb one time because he just would be like, Dad.
Oh, man.
Dad. Yeah. He'd ask me a question. Dad. You don't have to say Dad every time, dude.
Man.
Why? Yeah, it's one of those things when your kids can't talk, you're like, I can't wait for them to just start talking. And they start talking, and you go, I just wish they'd shut up.
Yeah. They're great. Come on, they're great.
Okay.
My kids have never, ever, ever, ever called me Dad.
They say Daddy?
Yeah.
Dad.
Like, even my teenager. Still. I love that.
Is there a point where that gets weird?
No.
Even when they're 25?
Nope.
Daddy.
I still call my mom Mama. I don't think I've ever been like, hey, Mom.
Hey, Ma.
Hey, Mom.
What does Scotty say? Hey, Ma.
Hey. I don't know.
Hey,
I
Ma.
can't even channel
Hey,
him
Ma.
right now.
Just talk to Ma. He totally would say. I just talked to Ma the other day.
Yeah, Ma. Hey, you talk to Ma? Nah, he'll, yeah. God, that kid. Love it.
Welcome to the show, guys. Live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
Shout out to everyone on Facebook, facebook.com/star88FM. Robbie just said, I feel like these live comments are like being in an AOL chat room back in the day, and truer words were never spoken. Dude. It's the best.
Chat rooms, man, those words.
Welcome
cool.
to the Facebook revolution.
I was such a creeper in the chat rooms.
Wow.
In the 90s, I was the creeper in the chat rooms.
Gosh, don't admit that.
And then you could go and I can't remember what some of them were titled, like the dungeon. What's in the dungeon chat room? What kind of people are in there? Let's go check that out. All right, we got to take a break. Oh, I got more Uber stories, guys. I got more of those on the way. Got a big show planned for you guys, and we got tickets to see. Well, to
the
go to the fair. Yeah, there's a bunch of artists playing, and so we'll give you guys a chance to win those coming up. Hang out. We'll be right back.
Here's a hotspot from Skip Heitzig. What's on your mind today?
We can never separate the thought life from the outward life, the inward thoughts from the outward action. What we ponder is what we're going to practice. What we think about is what we're going to do. What we learn is what we're going to live.
Read truth. Practice truth. If not, trouble is ahead.
You'll get calloused. You'll be very good at hearing truth and immediately dismissing it, marginalizing it, not letting it penetrate. That's the danger.
Hotspot. Skip puts his finger on the pulse of the proper solution of what to do.
To meditate on Scripture means you don't just read in it, you feed on it. You ponder it. You take and emphasize a word and another word in the phrase, and you ask what it means to you, so it's really internalized.
Wherever you get your podcasts, look for Skip Heitzig.
To feed on the right things is one thing. To learn them and assimilate them, be changed by them, is another.
Hotspot.
Charles Stanley said this: Satan is the prince of this world system. In every area of life, he offers a counterfeit to God's best. A Star 88 Solar Flare. Corson considers fear with a Star 88 PowerPoint.
Fear is a terrible master, but a wonderful servant. When fear bullies you around, it's terrible. But when fear is a servant directing you in the direction you need to go, it can serve you as a compass. So actually use fear to your advantage and say, I'm going to overcome fear by making it my servant, and fear is going to be a compass directing me in the direction I need to go. So the thing that scares me the most, I say, okay, that's what I most need to do. And when you do the things that scare you the most, those are the things you care the most about. Those are the things you most need to do, and that's the most fulfilling life. So fear is a compass showing you where you need to go. Terrible master, wonderful servant. Terrible master, wonderful servant. You see what I'm saying? So as you face your fears and follow your dreams, I know it'll be scary, but Proverbs 10:24 says the desire of the righteous will be granted. Dream aloud by light of day and never, period, stop, period, dreaming, period.
That's Ben Corson, a PowerPoint on Star 88.
Two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, over and over again. Going right back to the start, starting from where we begin. And I don't wanna be your friend, I just wanna be your love. And even if I'm chasing you is good enough. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. Fit, I throw a fit, and I leave you alone. And I don't wanna be your love, and I just wanna be your love. And even if I'm chasing you, no matter what, I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose my. This time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I can't lose my.
Hey, what's going on in the news today?
Absolutely devastating peek behind the curtains of the West Wing laid bare in Bob Woodward's new book.
White House Chief of Staff John Kelly quoted in the book as saying of the president, quote, he's an idiot, he's gone off the rails, we're in crazy town.
Tropical storm Gordon is threatening more than 8 million people along the Gulf Coast. Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing for the Supreme Court nearly turned into a free-for-all with frequent interruptions from Senate Democrats and protesters.
Jeffrey Owens, who had appeared in The Cosby Show, breaking his silence, he'd been shamed for working at a Trader Joe's. He says there is no shame in working.
No one has to feel sorry for me. I'm doing fine.
New turmoil for USA Gymnastics. Just 9 months onto the job, President and CEO Carrie Perry has resigned. Perry was brought on to lead USA Gymnastics throughout the fallout from the Larry Nassar sex abuse scandal.
The Mueller and Trump teams are continuing to discuss a possible interview with the president. Those discussions are now focusing more on written questions for the president.
The iconic Wizard of Oz slippers have been found. They were stolen 13 years ago.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Welcome to the show. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Dex, Steve-O, Starmy. What's going on? Thanks for joining us on Facebook and YouTube Live. Just search Star 88
FM.
I'm pretty sure you just have to do Star 88.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Phone lines are open 505-338-3700. And you can text in. What's the live line?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483 to hang out with us. Or just show up like Curmudgeon did. Are you going to hang out with us?
Curmudgeon?
I don't know.
Yes.
Can I hang out for a while?
Look at
maybe
that.
15.
15 days?
Maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Until the next break?
Yeah. We got a busy show.
Stay
We got a
out.
busy show. Last time you kind of just hung out. And
We talked
I'm just giving you a
last
hard time.
week, and he promised he wouldn't stay all 4 hours. Just kidding. Dude, welcome.
Welcome to the
Thanks,
show,
man.
bro.
You're hiding away. It's funny because you're never on. I mean, when you're on Facebook, nobody can see you, and now you're like hiding in the corner even though you're here.
Mm-hmm.
So there he is.
Well,
Curmudgeon.
you don't want to be on the camera. That's okay.
Curmudgeon.
It's all right.
Dude, we gotta talk about this. So we have a pretty rad family, the Starmy, and every morning we get up. You guys get up with us, and Facebook kind of goes crazy, and there's the regulars, if you will. It's like Cheers, man, but like for cool things. And you know, you're one of the members of the Cheers people.
Of the Cheers people.
And I recently found out you guys all hung out.
Not all of us.
No invite.
Okay, you had said you had baseball all weekend long.
Yeah,
we did.
Baseball.
We have baseball. Yeah,
And then
always
there's
have
Dex.
baseball. And then there's Dex.
There's me.
He
I don't
doesn't-
do
he
anything.
Dex never leaves his house.
don't ever
Not that
ask.
I
And
could
like
ever
Jack
contact him
Ryan
anyway.
just came out on Amazon Prime.
Actually,
so
no.
it's like-
Here's the thing. You can ask me because I really appreciate it when people ask me to do things, but just know I'm gonna not
He'll
go.
always say no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't be offended.
Not always.
Don't be offended.
He'll 91% say no.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, he never responded on Facebook
And
last time. So.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway.
Who's on Facebook anymore? Oh, wait. Everyone. Everyone.
So Starmy's getting together. It's like
Yeah. How did this
Just a few of
happen?
us.
Are we starting
I don't know.
a Starmy small group?
That's kind of what it was like.
That's cool, man.
That's cool.
That's really, really cool. So you guys just kicked it and barbecued and hung out?
Actually, I made chili for Frito pies.
Oh.
We had Frito pies.
Okay.
That's what you do.
See, that's
man.
fun, dude. How long have you been, like, rocking it for K-Light?
I remember when K-Light was over at Eastdale.
Okay. Yeah.
And my brother had a friend that was doing a night shift over there. And they were over there. It was like late 80s, early 90s.
Wow. So you've been listening to the station for,
on and off.
Like back when you and Dex had hair.
You know,
I did have
I'm very sensitive right now with my hair. You better watch it. Guys, pray for my head.
Pray for his head, guys.
Struggling right now.
Yeah. The struggle is real.
It is.
So.
That comb over, it takes forever. But anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Gosh.
What was it like listening back then? Do you kind of remember do you remember being entertained and laughing and having a great time and being encouraged, or do you think more now?
In the K-Light days?
It was just
more now.
listening to the Christian music and not listening to the other junk on the radio.
Yeah.
All right.
But you've stayed.
But that was years ago. I don't hardly remember it.
I know, right? I'm like, that's the 90s,
ask me
man.
about that.
I don't even remember your show on the other station.
Would you say you feel pretty encouraged when you tune into the Morning Invasion?
Gosh.
You feel uplifted? Do you
Where's
feel?
this going?
Where did I click the survey button?
Just answer the question, curmudgeon. All right, answer my questions.
Usually, they at least at the beginning say, "Hey, you've been selected to take a brief survey. Would you like to at the end of this?" And then you usually say, "No, I do not have 2 minutes for this."
What times do you listen?
Between 6 and 10.
Okay. All right. Let's write that down, Steve-O.
Okay.
You can write these down.
6 and
All right.
6 and 10. Just taking a quick survey.
Quick survey.
Does anybody actually do those surveys? Like, do people really say yes? Like, I would love to stay on the phone for
phone ones?
extra
Heck no.
minutes longer. Yeah, I don't do those.
I've done them before.
Even like online surveys. I don't think I've ever said, yeah, I'll stick around. Because you don't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
It's never like, we'll give you 20% off your next purchase if you just waste more time on our website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those it depends. If it looks like it's going to take more than a minute or two, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'll get 30% of the way through it and go, forget it.
Dude, Britt loves surveys. She does all the surveys. She says,
does she do that for?
I would say I'm slightly encouraged when I listen. I hate those, like the scale where it's like most encouraged,
right?
Moderately encouraged, slightly encouraged, even keel, and then it's like slightly less encouraged, moderately less. I'm like, how do you gauge this? Like, what is the litmus test for like the scale of, I don't know.
And the vast majority of those leave off the kind of answer that I want, like entirely apathetic.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Totally. Yeah.
Kim says she doesn't like surveys. Albert says, I do those because I've worked at jobs where that makes or breaks your job. So I do it to help the employee. Oh, man, now I got to go.
See, that's cool.
I just got an email for like a Mazda survey. I'm going to go do that right now. You guys talk amongst yourself. Go help my boy Aaron out real quick.
The thing I noticed with those is like the customer service ones that they want you to participate in. They don't ask you when it's good customer service.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me. They don't ask you when it's bad. The guys that you really need to say, dude, this
like,
dude
hey,
needs some
this
help.
guy. Yeah. It's usually like,
wonderful
if you could
ones.
just,
They're like, hey, can you
could you just go to
pad
please?
my stats?
Yeah. If you just circle this, you'll be eligible for a $100 gift card to wherever. Just please take it.
Yeah, no.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah.
Ever. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it. Now, look, I literally got this yesterday, and you guys are making me feel bad. So I'm going to have to go take
a survey?
Yeah, I got a Mazda survey. Now I got to take it.
I got to help your bro out.
I do. I really got to take I got to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Going to take that now. You guys go ahead and just whatever you want to do. Mark gives Jared a solid 3.5. So,
wow.
But he gave the show a 3. So,
wow.
You have added value to the Morning Invasion.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Maybe I should stay.
0.5. So, Seth wants to know if we can all take a survey of the Morning Invasion. Great.
You know what? We should come up with a survey.
Yeah. Are you moderately encouraged? Slightly
Can somebody
encouraged?
out there in the Star Army put together a survey for us?
Yes.
And send it in?
Why do you listen?
Yeah.
Why do you listen?
That'd be fun.
We don't want to pigeonhole anybody, but the very first question is, do you love Jesus?
Yeah. Right?
Do you know
Why
Jesus?
do you love Jesus? Are you moderately encouraged by Jesus? Slightly encouraged by Jesus? Apathetic?
How dark is your
Less
heart?
encouraged by Jesus?
How many times a week would you say you said?
Okay, cool. You can take this test.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Dex and Steve-O? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's we should come up with some stupid test like that.
Yeah.
Just
So,
But don't call it a test.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nobody wants to take a test.
It's a survey. Even a survey. Is there another name we could call it besides a survey?
A survey? A quality control. I don't know.
Questionnaire.
Yes.
Yeah, questionnaire's good.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Stina says she definitely does them for the employees' benefits as well. Like if there's a good employee, you just want to take that survey and help them out.
Yeah, it's so true, right?
It takes a minute of your time, and then
they
don't get fired. Great.
I totally dogged a person at one of those cubicles in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to get me to sign up for her thing, and I said, no, I'm good, thank you. She's like, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to lose my job if you just don't help me.
They
and
can't
I'm like,
say that.
Well, she said it to me. And I was like, yeah, sorry, I don't have time, which I did. I felt terrible. I lost sleep over it.
Now, the people I dodge in the mall are the like perfume people.
Yeah.
The DirecTV people. I don't have to dodge them, actually. Usually I just go, I already have it. Thank you. Yes, Sunday ticket. I know. That's why I have it. Bye. So that's the trick, is to always say, I already have it.
Do you know those guys, those men and women, they live together in like a giant house? They're on like a visa.
Stop it right now.
I swear I read all about this because I was wondering about it, because I'm sitting there going, are they laundering money through these things? Because
These
who really
weird
like
kiosks.
buys these things, you know? Like, who
You need
really
crimper for hair.
Yeah,
You need crimper?
exactly.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't have hair.
Yeah,
I don't need this.
Come to find out, it's almost like a student exchange program. Is basically what it is. These people from other countries come over, and they work, and they live in a house. There's like 20 people that live in one apartment.
Like
and,
Big Brother.
Yeah, and they work off commission. That's how they
so
survive.
weird. Curtis says, anybody else hold their phone to their ear as they walk by those people so they don't stop you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't make eye contact, because if the minute you make eye
man.
contact, it's over.
It is over. You're done
Mhm.
for. This is also why I don't like going to the mall, period, the end.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Just
That's my
don't-
trick.
Yeah, just don't even go to the mall. Because that's really the only place you're accosted, right? Like, I can't
Yeah.
think of anywhere else
The fair.
in life where you're accosted. You're not accosted
Yeah,
at the fair.
the carnies that those little games you have to pay
Oh,
for.
That's why you just don't
Hey,
go to
come
that
here,
area.
little fella.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's the one area you just don't go to.
They just sit there and they badmouth you until you're like, okay, you know what? Fine, give me the baseball.
That's because
here's
it's the
$100.
Midway, bro. You go to the Midway for two things: riding the rides or joining a gang.
Yeah, that's true.
Choose wisely.
Yeah.
So I always stick to the other side, like where the good food is and
Right.
all that. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
By the way, people are chiming in stoked to see that you actually leave your house, Jarrett. So, like,
Nice.
Are you
that's
like me?
cool.
Are you
said
like me,
that?
Jared?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say Seth.
Okay.
Are you?
Well, they know I work at home,
Oh, you.
So,
work at home?
so I
yeah.
don't go
Anywhere?
out much anywhere.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I work for an insurance company,
Oh,
health
that's cool.
insurance,
Nice.
Medicaid.
Oh, that's cool.
Can you help him? He had to get a medication yesterday, and it was way more
Yeah,
than
it
he
was
was
$60,
expecting.
man.
With
Are you kidding me?
insurance, and it's like, why are they robbing us blind?
Why is it?
Can you help with
It's
that?
a racket.
I'm just kidding.
It's a total scam, isn't it? Sick of it, man.
Yes, dude.
I have good insurance too.
And the funny thing is, the benefits that they offer me working for the
I've heard
insurance
that.
company are worse
Yeah.
than my
Oh.
wife gets where she works.
I've heard that.
Not an insurance
Yeah,
company.
I talked to
Man.
a friend who worked for an insurance company. I'm like, you must get like the hookup. I'm like, no.
No.
That's too bad.
At best, you find out who not to go see.
Yeah.
But-
Dude, I get the hookup on radio for working here. It's free. Like, I can listen to any station in my car.
Whoa.
They don't charge me for it. Boom!
That's
Bennies,
awesome.
bro! Yeah. I
You
get
got one of them HD
I get
radios?
sweet bennies. No, just regular FM.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna
AM sometimes, too.
If you're gonna hang out with people like Mike Brown, you better step up your
Okay.
game. You better. You know what? We better switch cars next time. Yeah, that's what we need to do. You want to hang out with Mike
Right.
Brown?
I drove up and I
You're
wasn't even
so
sure if I was in the right
stupid.
place. I was like, wait a minute.
It was so funny.
That's not supposed to be here.
So we're talking because Chrissy and Steve went out with Mike Brown, the assistant
stop
head coach
it!
of the
Stop
Warriors,
it, dude!
and his
I'm gonna
beautiful
punch
girlfriend.
you. I don't understand
I'm
why
serious.
he has to talk about.
But we were talking about like they can't keep up with their lifestyle. They just can't. I mean,
oh
it's-
my gosh!
Like, how do you, if you had a friend who was super wealthy and famous, all right, let's think about this for a second, and they were constantly inviting you to go and do things, but they wanted to pay for everything. Is there a point where it would get awkward and weird that they're paying for everything?
You know who I just talked to about this, actually? A good friend of mine. His roommate happens to be... Wow, see, I don't even... See, I
Say
don't...
it. Just say it, Steve-O. Say it.
He's roommates with the guy who just happens to be the drummer in 21 Pilots. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow, like the biggest rock band in the world.
Right. So that they explode, and the next thing you know, it's like, guys, what are we going to do this weekend? And it went from like going down to catch a show at the Roxy to like renting an island for the weekend. And
we're
like,
flying to
seriously,
Paris.
in a helicopter. Yeah, so I hear
Yeah.
that. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I would think it would get awkward after a
It
while.
would get
but
awkward.
I've never been in this situation, so
yeah, me
I
either.
don't know.
Yeah.
Me either. Hey, Paul
Yeah, well,
wants
you
to know
are.
what your shoe size is because he's interested in buying you a new pair of kicks.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's
Specifically
talking about
Nikes.
Nike, and I've got all the anti-Nike going.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you really?
Oh, you
I've never been a Nike fan, so what do I
Yeah.
care? But
Just do it, man.
just
You know?
don't.
Just don't. Just don't, man. Just don't.
Oh, you're not into the Air Kaepernicks? You know?
Air Kaepernicks.
Dude, all they do is make you go take a knee.
Oh, man. You know what? I take a knee every day when I pray to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Jesus joke.
Get out of here.
I'm just saying. Shout out to John Christ for that joke. That was his. I totally
Are you
stole
name
it.
dropping?
What?
Is that another one of your friends?
Oh my
now
gosh.
you're friends with John
They're
Christ,
so
the famous Christian comedian?
Yeah, thank you. I know who he
Were
is.
you talking the other day and he told
No.
you could use that?
Yeah, no. I stole it. So I'm the Carlos Mencia.
The topic is,
of the
who are
Morning
your
Invasion.
famous friends that you hang out with? And
don't-
what's it like,
This is
guys?
why Dex doesn't do anything, because he runs all of his friends off because they don't want to talk to him about anything ever again.
I just want to know what it's like, you know? What it's like to be in that world.
Well, you're friends with me, so why don't you tell everybody what it's like
I mean,
every day? I mean, this is why you stay home and Netflix, because you can't keep up with my lavish lifestyle. So,
yeah, lavish lifestyle, huh? Yeah.
Beanix just like pushing me from behind. Look at that.
What?
Like a creeper in the corner.
Get in here, Beanex.
Gosh, look at this guy.
You know what? You can't just sit out there and be a creeper. You gotta get in here.
Yeah.
Well, I have a bone to pick with you guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Welcome to the show.
Go ahead, caller.
2 people come up to me yesterday and said, "Hey, Steve-O and Dex are mocking you."
What?
Yeah, on the radio.
How? What did they say?
And they said, "Did you know that?" And I said, "Dex and Steve-O would never mock me on the radio."
I don't think we would do that.
Ever.
And then they said, "No, they mocked you." They said, and then they went to this fantasy football league talk, and they said, "Oh, Brian Nixon doesn't know how to pick a team, and he probably picked a team just so he could lose."
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was Steve.
Okay, here's what I definitely said that. Do you know why? For some reason, the powers that be in our fantasy football league decided that the loser, the guy who comes in last place, has to take the SAT. And if you score less than 1,000, you have to buy everybody coffee. But if you score over 1,000, everyone has to buy you coffee. And I'm like, Beanix is going to throw this on purpose because now he's going to get free coffee from everyone.
Love it.
He's the smartest person in the league.
Was this your idea, Beanix?
Well, no. Paul Short, whom we love.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. I don't even like coffee. Look what I'm drinking, guys.
Tea. That's true.
I'm a tea drinker, so
You
I
are.
wouldn't try to win. And here's the thing.
By losing.
I earnestly tried to get on fantasy football and do my draft.
Dude, Beanix was the obnoxious one. Like, you know when you're in a draft and like every 30 seconds it's like, so-and-so entered the draft. So-and-so left the draft. So-and-so entered the draft.
I was trying to.
like,
well,
every
because
other pick.
Here's the thing. Paul said all you have to do is push the red button that launched. So I pushed the red button, and it took me to this one web page that was a portal. It wasn't even the draft.
Yeah.
So I kept going back and forth. And by the time I was like doing it,
Auto picked
it had already
everything.
picked me.
Beautiful. That's
His whole
the way
team
to
was
do it.
auto picked.
Yes.
So
He's
wait,
gonna win.
No, so wait a minute. I don't know. I know one of my players.
Who's your players? Who did you get?
Players.
Nice. You know what? That happens to people all the time, and they end up winning.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious.
That's because it's auto pick, so it just grabs the next best person available.
Yeah.
Really?
You probably have a pretty good lineup.
So I got the only person I know on my whole team is a quarterback by the name of Matt Ryan.
Oh, you got Matt Ryan?
Wow.
What? I don't even know who he plays
I have
for.
no idea who that is.
Oh my gosh.
No idea.
He plays for the Falcons, guys. He's got a pretty good quarterback.
By the way, who's
I'm
our
going to
guest
team
over
right
here?
This is Jarrett. Sorry.
Hi, Jarrett.
We call him Curmudgeon.
Curmudgeon, sorry.
Yeah.
Curmudgeon.
Yeah. We call him Curmudgeon.
Good to see you.
I'm going to the league.
No,
Let's see.
I'm good. Thank you. I ate.
Going to our league to
go to our league and see and tell me if I have any. Because Paul said, "Hey, you don't have too bad of a team."
You're playing Paul first week. The ABQ Aquinas the Doc. Well, man, you got to change your team name.
That's your name, Brian?
Just.
Oh my gosh.
Who do I have?
I have not
his
paid
running back?
attention.
Tell me who I have.
You have Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I told you that.
Le'Veon Bell.
Who's that?
Ooh.
Who's that?
The Pittsburgh Steelers running back.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay, good.
I'd say he's pretty good. He's not Todd Gurley, but he's the second pick in the draft. You have Gordon for the Chargers.
Who's Gordon?
He plays for the Chargers.
No,
he's
but
a running back.
Okay, running back.
Okay. Your wide receivers. Also, man, you got a Chargers theme going on. You got Keenan Allen for the Chargers.
Is he good?
That guy from SNL, right?
You got Larry Fitzgerald. You got Kyle Rudolph from Minnesota as your tight end.
Did I get Cristiano Ronaldo?
You did not get Ronaldo.
Oh, you didn't get
I'm
Ronaldo?
sorry. You got T.Y. Hilton for the Colts, which I don't know who's throwing to him, but whatever. You got Houston's defense. Oh my gosh.
Beautiful. You know what? You're going to do pretty well.
You have a pretty good team, although I will say you need. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Are you impressed with my computer?
Yeah. The computer did a really good job drafting for you. I'm gonna be so mad if you.
So
beat
what do
me.
I do next, though?
No, well, you gotta set your lineup.
What do you mean set my lineup?
Well,
Yeah,
like
okay.
every
You
week
know what?
you get a lineup.
You guys figure this out
man.
during the break.
I thought it was over.
No, dude, the season's just beginning.
Yeah.
Oh man!
It's just beginning. I'm so mad. So mad. This guy's gonna do so well.
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow, Brian.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Yes.
Curmudgeon, we want to thank you for coming in, bringing us breakfast. And if you want to stay, you have to donate $1,000.
No, you just have to take our survey. It's 2 minutes.
Okay.
But thanks for hanging out with us, man, and bringing us breakfast.
Wait, do I have to take a survey for both of you?
Each of you? Each one of us, separately, individually. Yep.
All right, we got to take a break,
It's for our
guys.
benefit.
Okay. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Slater Transfer and Storage is a Star 88 power partner. Slater Transfer and Storage has been family owned for more than 30 years. They're an Atlas Interstate agent and are certified by the American Moving and Storage Association, moving locally, long distance, corporate, or even international, and providing local storage. Slater Transfer and Storage is located at 6900 Washington Street in Albuquerque, on the phone at 505-345-8841, and on the web at atlasalb.com.
I love the food at the fair. I want to go on a roller coaster.
My wife and I had our first date at the fair.
For 80 years, the New Mexico State Fair has warmed hearts, brought families and friends together, and created lifelong memories. This year, come and celebrate everything you love about the fair.
I really like the animals in the petting zoo. I like the pygmy goats. They're funny.
The 2018 New Mexico State Fair, September 6th through 16th.
The memories are always the best.
Love is in the fair.
A Star 88 Supernova. Here's Rick Warren.
If you said to God, whatever it takes, God, I want to be yours, then you can't other things. So what do you need to let go of? Look at this verse up here on the screen. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 10, everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. What does that mean? Everything is permissible, but not everything's beneficial. It means this. A lot of things aren't necessarily wrong. They're just not necessary. See, life is not a choice between, am I going to follow God or be a terrorist? No, it's not that. Wait, it's, am I going to do something good or am I going to do something that's the best? God says, I want you to know what to let go of. Now, let me give you the greatest time management tip you'll ever get. This is the greatest time management tip. It's a 2-letter word, no.
Catch Rick Warren's Daily Hope on KNKT 107.1 weekdays at 7:30 a.m. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, New Mexico's fresh alternative.
I see through your eyes. You breathe with my lungs. I strain with your ear to make out it's your mother's song. Blessed with your hand. us aside. We silence our pleas. The system that terrifies you should terrify me. Finally, when will it be enough to find there's no them, there is only us? Finally, when will it be enough to find there's no them, there is only us? There's only burning our stakes, tap our swords, choking our trenches, we're drowning our wars. We're locked in our chains, though we long to be free. We keep building walls till it's too hard to see. We are one with everything. We are one, but it's so hard to see. Finally, when will it be enough to find there's no them, there is only us? Finally, when will it be enough to find there's no them, there is only us? There's only us.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
When everyone you thought you knew deserts your fight, I'll go with you. You're facing down a dark hall. I'll grab my light and go with you. I'll 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 go with you. Surrounded and up against the wall, I'll shred them all and go with you. When choices end, you must defend. I'll grab my back and go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with you. Yeah. Stay with me. No, you don't need to run. Stay with me, my love. You don't need to run. Stay with me. No, you don't need to run. Stay with me, my love. You don't need to run. If there comes a day, people posted up at the end of your driveway, they're calling for your head and they're calling for your name. I'll bomb down on them, I'm coming through. Do they know I was born with you? If they hear the smoke, no, I'll go with you. Just keep it outside, yeah. Stay with me. You don't need to run. Stay with me, my love. You don't need to run. Stay with me. No, you don't need to run. Stay with me, my love. You don't need to run. If you find yourself in a lion's den, I'll jump right in and pull my pin and go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'll go with
Invasion.
Part of a complete breakfast. You're stupid.
With Dex and Steve-O.
Ever since I was a kid, I've always gone to church, but it felt more like a chore. And when listening to Star 88, honestly, it hasn't felt like a chore. It's nice because we can talk about life situations and not feel embarrassed about it or judged as we would in the church. I love the Morning Invasion. They're hilarious, so I always listen to them in the mornings, and that always helps uplift my day.
That's very nice. Another Star member filling out one of our surveys or questionnaires.
Whatever, bro. Get your butt to church.
Get your butt to church. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. We're live on Facebook, hanging out on YouTube, Star 88 FM. Search us, watch us, share us. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Thank you again to Jarrett for bringing us breakfast and hanging out. All right. Let's talk. You brought up Jeffrey Owens.
Yes.
Jeffrey Owens, if you guys watched the Cosby Show back in the day, Jeffrey Owens was on the Cosby Show. He played Sandra Huxtable's husband, Elvin, on the Cosbys. And he just went on Good Morning America recently because there was a picture or a video of him that went viral because he's working at Trader Joe's.
Yep.
And I didn't get a chance to listen to the whole interview.
Oh, dude.
But I have a clip of it we can play. But
he was on, and what was crazy to me is this thing went viral so quickly. And I felt immediately bad for him.
Well, he had to quit the job. He had to quit Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Because after the video went viral, he got so much attention that he just ended up having to quit.
Which is crazy. He worked there for 15 months. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I saw it on Twitter right away because I had friends posting it, but they weren't posting it shaming him. They were posting it defending him because everybody's got to work. I have friends that are in the music industry, and it doesn't always pay the bills. So you're working whatever job you can because you have to make ends meet. You got a family you need to provide for. And so yesterday he was on Good Morning America talking with Robin, and he had some really good things to say.
I did. You know, when I first saw the pictures, I mean, I was really devastated. Yeah. But the period of devastation was so short because so shortly after that, the responses, my wife and I started to read these responses from like literally all over the world of support. And so fortunately, the shame part didn't last very long. It hurt. But then, I mean, I got to a point where, you know, I've been teaching acting, directing for 30 plus years, but, you know, got to a point where it just didn't add up enough, you know, and you got to do what you got to do. I wanted a job that I could have some flexibility, try to stay in the business. I didn't advertise that I was at Trader Joe's, only but not that I was ashamed of it, but because I didn't want the entertainment community to kind of decide, well, he's doing that, he's not in, you know, he's not pursuing acting anymore. You know what? I felt like I had to be careful about that. But
how long did you work there? Did people recognize you when you were working there?
I worked there for 15 months before this happened, a couple weeks before this all broke. And people recognized me every day, and they were very, very cool about it.
Yeah, so Jeffrey Owens, he quit his job. And now I'm trying to think, okay, are people shaming him because, I mean, obviously those are loser people that are shaming him over something like that because it's so ridiculous that you would ever do that to a human in general. But the fact that here's this guy who is a celebrity. He was on probably the most famous sitcom in the 80s. And now he's working at Trader Joe's just trying to make ends meet, and he's getting shamed for it. And he also said he got a lot of encouragement, a lot of praise.
Yeah, it was cool watching that interview. He said that he didn't really have a whole lot of time to deal with the negative. Quote, the period of devastation was so short because so shortly after that, the responses, him and his wife, they started to read them. And fortunately, the shame part didn't last very long, end quote, because immediately people were like, dude, why would you why would you do this? Why would you say that? And I love that he talked in the interview about how there's no one job that is better than another. It might pay more, it might have better benefits, but whatever you have. But at the end of the day, he said a job is a job, and we should honor all jobs. And I'm going, man, this guy's got really good things to say. And the funny thing is, he said since this happened, of course, now he's getting all kinds of interest for people wanting him to work with him.
Did he talk about that? Like why he wasn't able to get a gig?
Yeah, he didn't go into that so much as he went into talking about how odd it is now. Like Tyler Perry, one of the people who hit him up immediately and said, hey, we're starting to shoot OWN's #1 drama next week. Come join us. I have so much respect for people who hustle between gigs. It's the measure of a true artist. And yet he said he didn't feel comfortable getting an acting job from this experience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, I don't want...
What a good dude.
I don't want the job because they feel bad for me. He's like, I wouldn't mind auditioning for you, but I don't just want you to give me a job.
See,
I'm like,
that character right there is impressive because you don't see that very often.
No, not at all.
And think about just Hollywood in general. I mean, you've done, you've went out and tried to audition for roles and stuff. Yeah. And that's grueling, right? Because it's constantly no. And so you think about that. We always talk about how encouraging is everything and how it lifts you up and makes you feel so great. And man, when you're constantly told no over and over, that's a grueling business to be in. And so these BC actors, even some people that we've had on the show, I mean, it's tough to get a role.
Dude, Patrick Fabian from Better Call Saul, who's now Howard Hamlin. He's been in here before and talks about that process, and he's been on so many shows, but there are definitely times where it was a no, where he thought for sure, like, I'm going to get this, or I'm going to do this role, or something's going to happen, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's a grind. It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, I was listening to an interview with Henry Rollins recently, and he talked about he still, to this day, goes and tries out.
Man.
Like, he'll be in line with all of the other people that aren't even famous, trying to...
Just like cattle call.
Right. But he still does it because he says it makes him feel like, you know what? I'm no better than anybody else.
Yeah.
I
love that.
I shouldn't get the role because of who I am.
And that's what Jeffrey Owens said on Good Morning America. He said, I wouldn't mind getting auditions, but I wouldn't feel comfortable with someone just giving me a job because this happened. I want to get a job because I'm the right person for that job. It was like, man,
that's good.
Those are good words, because how often do we try and force a situation, even if it's not the right situation, because we're like, I need this.
Yeah.
I got to do this. I'm hustling. I want this job because I need the job. And it's like, well, what if that's not the right fit? What if you shouldn't have that? So I loved that. He kind of called out job shamers. He said, honor the dignity of work. Every job is honorable, no matter what the job is. He said, what's wrong with working at Trader Joe's or any other job like that?
Right.
Unfortunately, our culture, he says, they set out to exploit the thing in us, in the public, that wants to see the stories about people who were once, quote, great or celebrated, who have now
they
fallen.
Okay, yeah. Seriously, and that's what's kind of gross about the whole thing is we even I kind of go there. In the back of my mind, I go, oh my gosh, what happened to this guy?
Yeah, he's a Yale graduate.
Yeah, what
he
happened?
was on the Cosby Show.
Was it drugs? Like, how did he get to this point?
He's working at TJ's, bro.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah. He says to those shamers out there, I hope you learned your lesson. I hope that you see that people are better than you think they are, that people don't want to celebrate people's downfalls. They want to lift people up.
Yeah.
So, and he ended up resigning from Trader Joe's because he didn't feel that for his peace of mind and his dignity, he was going to be able to function there in a positive way, spiritually and emotionally, because people were harassing him after that, good or bad, but he just couldn't do his job. So, but Trader Joe's, he tried to resign, and Trader Joe said, well, instead of leaving, can we just call it a temporary leave of absence? That way you can go back, you can come back whenever you want, because he was such an outstanding employee. Trader Joe's was like, we don't want to let you go. And so he's technically still just, there if he wants it, which is great, man.
Well, you could tell just by his character that, he probably did that job really well.
Yeah. So what's crazy is he said because of the reruns of The Cosby Show, people don't realize it's been 26 years since that show ended. That's a long time, man. So
are they still doing it, or do they take The Cosby Show off the air completely
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. So he just said at one point he needed to take a job to pay the bills, to support his family, and that's it. He wanted a job that had some flexibility so that he could stay in the entertainment industry, so that he could do auditions, and Trader Joe's provided that for him. So it's like, it's a job, man, but.
And I even know, depending on his contract, he might not even have royalties. Right. I was listening to, what was his name? Jason, the guy on Seinfeld, the bald guy. I can't think of his name. Jason something.
Jason Momoa.
Nah, Jason Momoa.
Yeah, man.
You never watched Seinfeld.
Totally.
But he, the biggest, most successful.
Jason Alexander.
Thank you. Most successful sitcom, right?
Yeah.
And you would think that he would have gotten royalties from it, from syndication. No, it wasn't in his contract. Back then, they didn't have it. And so he doesn't get anything, except I think Jerry got it, but none of the other actors got it, which is kind of weird. You'd think, man, these guys would be set up for life, but, man, they're not getting that, the royalties.
Yeah. Man, I hope we learn from this crazy situation, because especially the media, there's a tendency to skew negative and to tear somebody down. And one thing I know, he said he hopes, that he hopes that his side of the story, his part of the story goes away, but what resonates that will keep going in the hearts of our culture is that one job is not better than another. A certain job might pay more, it might have better benefits, it might look better on paper, but that essentially one kind of work is not better than another kind of work. That we reevaluate that whole idea and start honoring the dignity of work and the dignity of the working person.
That's good.
Dude, Scott.
You know what stinks is that you could have 100 people encourage you and praise you and just speak great things about you, and then one person.
Yeah, that one detractor.
One person comes in, or that one comment that you read that's negative, and it just unravels everything.
It's unfortunate, too.
It really is.
But, I mean, how much of that is on us as well as the individual? Because I can take criticism from most people and go, okay, whatever.
Well, you've gotten thick skin over the years. I know you haven't always been like that.
I have not always been like that. Man, I would get one negative email, and it's like, I should just quit now. I have no value. That guy said I was lukewarm. I'm obviously not saved. Like, I would question my salvation, but not based upon anything between the Lord and me, based upon what some idiot on a keyboard said in an email.
Yeah.
And I don't think we realize the weight of responsibility we have when it comes to our words, man. I mean, the book of James talks about it at length. The tongue is this powerful weapon, and it's bad and good, and so we got to be very, very careful. But we also have a responsibility as the one that's hearing the critique to examine it and go, okay, well, this is correct, or you know what, this person knows nothing about me and they're making some really horrible assumptions. I'm gonna choose to just throw this aside. And I think sometimes it can be difficult, because there are certain people in my life that if they respond a certain way or they say something negative, like I still have a hard time with, some, depending upon who the person is. And I know that's on me to get over it and go, man, this person doesn't know me. Right. This person doesn't own me. This person isn't my judge at the end of the day. Like, they're just a dude and they have no power over me.
And they have so many issues that they're dealing with, which is why they're treating people the way they're treating
people. Yeah, sometimes. Or sometimes they're just negative, or they just don't realize that they're
well, you know what? You got to call it out for what it is. You're a loser if you act that way. And I'm being serious. You're a straight up loser if you are going to sit there online or even say it to someone's face and try to berate them. It's unbelievable to me. There's things going on in that person's life where they feel like that's going to make them happier, or they just want to put other people. It makes them feel good for the moment, you know?
Brian says we don't teach our children the doctrine of vocation anymore. Man. Yeah, it's we do need to be teaching our children certain, like yesterday, man, I had to talk to my 5-year-old for the first time about this, and it broke my heart because I'm like, I don't want to do this again. You know, a 14, 12-year-old.
What'd you say to him?
But, you know, my son came home and somebody said something that hurt his feelings yesterday. And I'm just like, okay, well, what's going on? What was said? Of course, you know, he's such a sweetheart. He didn't want to talk about it. And I'm going, who hurt you?
Yeah.
Who hurt you? I will find them. And it was a difficult situation, but you just had to love and encourage him. That's all I could do is go, hey, that person doesn't even know you. And I know you. You're my son, and I love you. And you are not this. And you can't allow yourself to become defined by the negative detractors out there, because it will consume you, you know? And so, but it's tough, you know, when talking with children over that.
And it's one of those things that this is sad that it happens this way, but you kind of just have to have it happen to you over and over until you do get some thick skin, you know, because it does. It haunted me back when I first started on the radio. If I got one bad comment or somebody called in, it was like the end of the world, man.
Yeah.
I thought I should probably find another career.
Like, I'm just going to call it a day, guys.
It had such an effect on you.
But that's why I love this story. If you're just joining us, Jeffrey Owens, The Cosby Show, was basically job shamed. He was working at Trader Joe's. Somebody took pictures and just blasted him all over the internet. It was pretty unfortunate. And so, but he was on Good Morning America and he was talking about it. And the cool thing is he didn't allow the negative comments to hurt him, to tear him down. And now it's looking like this is actually going to be pretty great for him, because he showed so much character through this that people are knocking on his door to have him audition for their movies, their TV shows. So I love it.
Until now.
Talk to me.
Dr. Huxtable, can I come in?
You have to?
He played the ever-optimistic Elvin, Cliff and Claire Huxtable's dutiful son-in-law on The Cosby Show.
Did you ever watch that show? You never watched The Cosbys?
When I was little, I remember it being on the TV in the background sometimes.
It's so weird now, just, you know, hearing about everything with Bill Cosby. But, I mean, that show was just so wholesome. You know, it was just that show. You were like, man, I want to be a part of their family. They just are the best American family right there.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mrs. Huxtable. I didn't think you did that kind of thing.
What kind of thing? Getting big laughs for putting his foot in his mouth. Serve whom?
Serve him.
Did he ever really get any other acting gigs after that? Did he talk about it at all?
Yeah, some. I mean, the show ended, like you said, 26 years ago, and he's done a lot of stage work since then, and he was on different television series, but, you know, usually not big roles, if you will. So, yeah, but I mean, we'll see what happens now because of this.
Yeah, I hope he gets back into it. Maybe, but that's the thing. Maybe he's not into it anymore. Maybe it's just something he doesn't want to do. What if he just wants to work at Trader Joe's? You know, why can't people accept that? You know, why can't people be okay with that job? Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yep. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So.
Yeah, 505-338-3700 if you'd like to be a part of the show. You can call in, also live on Facebook and YouTube. You guys can comment. What do you think? I'm sure everybody agrees. I mean, that's the character of that man is incredible.
Yeah.
And I hope it encourages you out there. Maybe you're in a situation, a job that you hate, or maybe you had a great job at one point and now you're working a job that, you know, you feel like, maybe you do feel like it's beneath you, and that's something you need to get past.
Yeah,
you know?
I like what he said about the dignity of working and how one job is not better than another.
Right.
And so, but we can definitely do that. I remember when I left radio the first time, that was really difficult for me because that kind of had defined who I was to that point.
Yeah.
It was like, well, I host a morning show. And then I ended up leaving, and sure, it was like, I'm working in national radio, and I'm making even more money. But I'm just an engineer.
Yeah.
I just press all the buttons and, like, you know, make sure the show goes on without a hitch. But my name's not there. And it was seriously like this pride issue. And I had to, like, get over that real quick. And so I'm really glad that happened, though, because it kind of showed me what I was interested in. Like, what do I want to do? So Dr. Brand actually just chimed in and said, I used to freak out when I started practicing and someone would leave any sort of review or say anything about what we were doing. Yeah. Now you just take it all with a grain of salt and look at how you can constantly improve yourself.
Yeah, can you imagine owning a business and reading the Yelp reviews?
Oh, man.
Ugh.
Yeah. Mark says one of the things we all need to better teach our kids about is real communication and responding versus reacting. I like that.
That is good.
It's good stuff, y'all. It's good stuff.
All right, we got to take a quick break. Hanging out on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in when we come back. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang on.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like chili rellenos, burrito de Eduardo, the BOG burrito, and carne adobada. La Salita is friendly to those who are vegan or gluten-free and offers catering, as well as a rewards program at 1950 Wantabo or online at lasalita.com. Star 88 thanks La Salita for their support.
I love the food at the fair. I want to go on a roller coaster.
My wife and I had our first date at the fair.
For 80 years, the New Mexico State Fair has warmed hearts, brought families and friends together, and created lifelong memories. This year, come and celebrate everything you love about the fair.
I really like the animals in the petting zoo. I like the pygmy goats. They're funny.
The 2018 New Mexico State Fair, September 6th through 16th.
The memories are always the best.
Love is in the fair.
J. Vernon McGee said, we either crucify or crown Jesus by our lives. That's the Solar Flare on Star 88.
Lately I've been reeling, watching the nightly news. Don't seem to find the rhythm, just wanna sing the blues. Feels like a song that never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. Choice, and I choose. Let it move, let it move, let it move. Yeah, I choose. Let it move you, let it move, let it move. Yeah, back when I was younger, my eyes were full of life, but now that I am older, I live at the speed of light. Feels like the cycle never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. Choice, and I choose. Let it move, let it move, let it move. Yeah, I choose. Let it move you, let it move, let it move. Though I walk through the valley in the shadow of night, or with you by my side, I'm stepping into the light. I choose. Let it move you, let it move. Joy down in my heart to stay. I need that joy down in my heart to stay.
joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay.
Get ready for some truth from Jensen Franklin on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
It is so critical to get the right voices in your life, because if you don't get the right voices, you will not make the right choices. If you don't understand and make the right connections in life, you will not reach the right destinations. And everything is connected. You got to have the right people if you're going to have God's blessing upon your life, because God uses people. Nobody has ever received a check signed Jehovah Jireh. He used somebody. I know God's your source, but He used somebody. God's not running car businesses. He's not running banks and loaning money. He's not having employment agencies. God has people who are doing that, and those people can have a major impact and influence on your life.
That's Jensen Franklin on Star 88 with a PowerPoint.
What's going on in the news today?
Senate Democrats are objecting to the continuation of a confirmation hearing for President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Judge Brett Kavanaugh.
Tropical storm Gordon taking aim at the Mississippi-Louisiana border.
A powerful typhoon struck western Japan.
Amazon just becoming the second publicly traded company to be worth $1 trillion.
The founder of Afghanistan's much-feared Haqqani network has died at the age of 71.
In Chicago, something of a surprise announcement. Mayor Rahm Emanuel says he will not be running for re-election.
The president of USA Gymnastics is out. Kerry Perry resigning.
Arizona's governors picked a Senate successor to the late John McCain.
Choice of Governor Doug Ducey is Republican John Kyle.
Ruby slippers made for the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz, which were stolen, have been found by the FBI.
Japan is home to the world's oldest living married couple. Guinness says it's the Matsumotos. The husband's 108, the wife 100. Been married for 80 years. The secret, the wife says she's patient.
Patience. Be patient today, guys. Be patient. Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday. Sorry, Brody.
It is Wednesday, my dude.
Sure is, little dude. Coolest 5-year-old I've ever met. Welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hopefully we are encouraging you today.
Yeah.
Sure do love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the show every morning, hanging out with us. Live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88 FM. And you guys can always text into the show. What's the lab line number?
505-585-5483. That's 505-585.
Live. L-I-V-E, guys. Send us a text. You can also call. Leave a voicemail if you'd like. And phone lines are open as well. 505-338-3700.
Confused yet?
So much. So many ways to connect.
I know.
Yeah, we're just talking about jobs. And, sometimes we have to take jobs we don't necessarily want to take. And I'm kind of fortunate right now because the second job that I have is pretty sweet. I'm actually really liking it. I can only last about an hour, but you know what? That's okay. I'm cool with that. Usually second job, you work, 25 to 30 hours a week? I think I'm pulling in about 4 or 5 hours a week,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just having a tough time. Just kind of getting used to being in the car all the time. But, yeah. I'm an Uber driver now, guys.
I mean, it's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I never said there was. Why?
I mean, the way
you have a problem.
The way
with
you stated it, you had to.
Why did you say it like that?
You had to
Why did you have to say
your
that?
Pride a little bit, and you're like.
But if you were listening to me, I said I liked the job. I loved it.
I know you love the job. I'm saying there's nothing.
Why
wrong
did
with
you
that.
say it that way, though? Why did you say there's nothing wrong with that?
There's nothing because there's nothing wrong with
There's nothing wrong with that.
Why are you reading into what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Remember how we just talked about having thick skin?
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Just trying to
watch your words, man. Watch your words. You become a loser real quick.
Wow. You don't define me, so that means nothing to me.
So, yeah, I've already had a few crazy things happen to me already, which is why I kind of took the job, is because I wanted stories to share.
Yeah.
So yesterday,
Oh, no.
so I've picked up I think I've gone on 15 rides so far, about 15.
All right.
And everybody gets in the back seat.
Right. Except yesterday?
Yeah. Girl gets in the front seat.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that weird to you?
Yeah, it was weird.
Why is it weird?
It
Have
was
you
weird.
opened the door for anybody yet? Or are
No,
you still that?
darn it, I need to do
Gosh, you're
that.
the worst.
You know what? I take that back. I have.
You just roll the window down. You're like, sup? Get in.
No, there was a lady that had a bunch of luggage that I had to put in the back of the.
Had to.
Well, it's part of the job. I just pop it. And
Nothing wrong with
just
it.
let her do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, she gets in the front seat. This is weird.
Why is it weird?
Guys,
You're
the
such an
front
introvert.
seat, man.
Okay.
All right. So punch in the coordinates. We take off, and I listen to the radio. She starts messing with the radio.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Like she's just changing it.
She reached over and started changing.
Wow.
The radio. And I'm sitting there going, in my mind, I wanted to slap her hand.
Yeah, I was just about to say you should have smacked her hand. And
That's
said,
what I wanted to do.
Driver picks.
Yeah.
Driver picks the music.
Don't touch the radio.
That's some rule in this car.
I should have stopped the car until I should have told her to get in the
picks the
back
radio.
seat. So I'm sitting there and she's messing with the radio. And finally she gets done messing with the radio. Then she starts messing with the air conditioner. What do you do? I mean, is that okay? Is that, would you just get in someone's car and immediately start messing with the radio and the air conditioning? Would you? I
In your
wouldn't.
car? I mean,
No, let's say you took an Uber or a Lyft.
Never.
You'd never do that, right?
Yeah. Never. Ever.
Is it because she feels like she can because she's spending the money?
She's so comfortable with you.
She's comfortable. I made her feel comfortable.
Yes, that's good, man.
I
See,
thought it
Tasha
was
says,
weird.
I always sit in the front seat. See, nothing wrong with this. I don't understand why you're weird about that.
I don't know, man.
I feel weirder sitting in the back seat.
Really?
Yes.
You don't like to be
'Cause
chauffeured
it's just
around?
like, thank you.
Hey, bro.
It's like driving Miss Daisy. I don't like
You better
that.
get used to it.
No.
You and Mike Brown. If you're going to be hanging out with Mike Brown,
Oh,
he gets
gosh.
chauffeured everywhere.
Shut up.
You got to
I'm
start
never-
getting used to
We're
that.
not friends
You know what?
anymore,
You're going to
you
go
and I.
out with me, and you're going to sit in the back seat.
Ugh.
When we go to the fair, you're going to sit in the back seat so you can get
Today?
used to it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll Uber you over there. You just have to pay for it.
Jules says the front seat isn't bad. Come on. I'm never sitting in the back.
It was okay. You know what? Even if she sat, okay, so if she sits in the front,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Would you start messing with all the knobs up there?
That
no,
I
that's,
wouldn't
that's
do.
unacceptable. You
That I
don't do
wouldn't do.
that.
But see, maybe this is what you're learning. When I rock an Uber or something like that, usually they go, "Music cool," and I'm like, "Yeah,
I've done that line.
Music's cool."
That's
whatever.
I've used that.
You've used that.
Well, I have
You've used that line.
I have a jazz station and a Frank Sinatra. I got it programmed in just in case an elderly person gets in the
Oh
car. So
my
it's like an
gosh.
automatically. I know 6 is jazz and 5 is Frank Sinatra.
Oh man,
They love that. They love that.
gosh, just pigeonholing old people into this. Like,
So, any type of music you want to listen to? Oh no, I'm fine. This is good. Okay, cool.
gosh,
Right on.
all right. You still haven't just thrown the podcast on.
No.
You need to do this.
No, I'm not gonna do
Go.
that.
I love these guys.
Oh, these guys are
These
great.
guys are so great.
You ever heard of these guys? They're so good.
So good.
I'd have to disguise my voice.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of these guys before? These guys are my favorite. So stupid.
Is that your voice?
Yeah.
You don't do voices, so that like really threw me off.
Hey man, you ever heard of this podcast before? These guys are so great. You guys just check them out.
What are you doing with like this Billy Idol like lip thing?
You guys check them out, man. I have a speech impediment.
Oh man. Stina says you just need to put a sign on the window that says, "Please use other door, back door."
Well, I even had my bag up on the front, so I had to like pick everything up and put it in the back.
My
It's like, really? There's a bag right here, lady.
like get out the car and open the door for her so that she's instructed to the back
See,
seat.
that's what you do, right? You get out,
Yes!
and so she'll have no choice. But what if she goes, I'll just sit in the front?
Gosh.
Okay, well, I'd rather you not.
Come on, Alfred. You got to learn to be a better butler.
Should I get one of those hats?
Yes.
I want one of those hats.
Get one.
I'm going to.
But only if you get out of the car every time and open the door for them.
Can I wear one of those hats with a turtleneck? Because I don't want the full suit. Would a turtleneck work with the hat?
Why would
I feel like it would work.
Why would
it's like
a
almost
turtleneck?
It's like a nice dress shirt.
A turtleneck?
Yeah. Yeah. It means you know what? Turtleneck means you're not messing around. You mean business. It's all work, no play if you got a turtleneck on.
Man. Gosh.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about this Uber thing, and I think I'm just going to start my own new service, guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Uber is changing the way American city dwellers get from point A to point B.
Hi, my name's Cindy. This is my Prius. Where are you going?
But sometimes people in rural areas need a lift too. That's where Goober comes in.
Hi, I'm Billy Ray. This is my pickup. Where are you headed?
Into town.
Hey, dude, passenger's right in the back.
Oh, Goober gets you there safely and maybe a little bit slower than a taxi.
I hope you don't mind riding on the flatbed pulled by a tractor.
And sometimes Goober throws in a little excitement, free of charge.
How can we outrun the cops? There's a washed-out bridge up there.
No problem. Old Betsy can jump that creek bed. Hold on.
Goober, your red next choice for suburban ride-sharing.
Guys, would you take a Goober Uber?
It's just called Goober, man.
Goober Uber. No, it's Goober Uber because people need to know it's an
No.
Uber ride, but it's a Goober Uber. Would you ride it?
Incredible.
I have so many ideas. I do. I have so many ideas.
Man.
I feel like they could make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Have it more entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could not only do Goober Uber, but you could do something like this.
I want to play Mario Kart with my friends.
Yeah, come on.
But I keep hitting banana peels. Can't someone just drive for me? Yes, we can. We're
Mario Kart Uber!
We're Mario Kart Uber. One of our Uber drivers can show up.
All right, who needs a driver?
And drive you safely around Yoshi Valley.
Give me the control.
Dolphin Shoals, or even Rainbow Road.
Yeah, but can I trust your Uber drivers even with baby Rosalina?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they know how to power slide?
What do you think?
Yeah, I guess they do.
Mario Kart Uber!
Mario Kart Uber, now with surge pricing at 1 a.m.
Gosh,
Either one. You know what?
You
I'm
get
doing
here
both.
too early.
I'm doing
you
both.
Have too much time on your hands.
I'm going to do both. They're going to be brilliant. I might need to move to Montana for the Goober Uber,
Yeah,
though.
totally.
I might need to go back home for that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a slow day yesterday for Uber.
I can tell.
Slow. Yeah, that was it. All right, I got a cool story for you guys. This is actually a really, really amazing story. Some of these stories that come out, because there have been situations we've read stories before where they find out this person finds out that 2 blocks from where they live is their biological mom or their sister, right? Like they lived a mile away.
Yeah.
From their sister, but they didn't know because they were put up for adoption when they were little.
Yeah.
This story is incredible. So there's a truck driver in northwest Wisconsin. His name's Nathan. He was adopted as a baby. He never knew who his real parents were. He never asked. His adoptive mom did know who they were, but she just decided to not tell him. Well, she was scrolling through his Facebook page recently when she saw a photo of his biological dad on his friends list.
Wait, what?
It turns out his biological father works with him.
Stop it.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
What? Okay.
The dad's name is Bob, and Nathan's known him for about 2 years.
What would you do, though?
I don't know.
If all of a sudden, like 2
Chip's
years
my dad.
later, yeah,
Chip's
you
my
find
dad.
out like a coworker you're not super like close to, or like you don't really like get along
Yeah.
with. It's like that's your bio dad. And you're like, what? Aww.
Oh, man, he's my dad?
He heats up tuna in the microwave.
Oh, he's that guy.
He's the worst coworker.
Yeah, you find out he's the most annoying guy at work.
Bio dad? I'm out. I'm out.
They both work for a trucking company called Rock Solid Transport. And I guess Bob, his biological dad, he was also in the dark. He had no idea Nathan was his son.
Gosh.
Turns out he and his ex-wife gave up for adoption because they were struggling financially. And Nathan has 2 siblings he's never even heard about. He's also getting married soon and says, well, Bob's invited. Bob joked that he might get a better seat now. This guy, they've been working together for 2 years, and you find out that you've been working with your biological father all this time?
Well, it's still kind of a shock. You know, and there's days I'm not sure exactly what to say or how to act. I mean, he is my son, but yet we didn't have that father-son relationship growing up, you know, and then we became working partners before we knew who we really were.
You know, we're just taking one day at a time, 1 mile at a time, as we say.
That's what them truckers say, 1 mile at a time.
I guess the ex-wife gave Nathan up for adoption to friends, like distant cousins.
Oh,
but
really?
the dad never knew that. Yeah. Which is crazy. So the way it went down is Nathan finally messaged the dad on Facebook and said, hey, do you know who this lady is?
That's so crazy.
His biological mother. And he said, yeah, that's my ex-wife. And he's like, well, that's my mom. So, and that's it.
That's it.
Your coworker of 2 years.
So crazy, man.
I like seriously don't know how I would feel.
Yeah, I don't know either,
Your
man.
bio dad's your coworker of 2 years, and
yeah, especially if he was the annoying guy at the
Yes!
office, or just somebody you just didn't really click with, and you're like, oh, that's my dad, my biological dad.
My bio dad's Bob.
Yeah, I guess I can see the resemblance now.
Yeah. Cool.
Did you hear about? There was a similar story in the news. A coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, named was it DeLon McCullough?
Okay.
He recently found out his biological father was his longtime mentor he'd known for 28 years.
Okay, that's like a movie.
Isn't that crazy?
It's like, I always wish this guy was my dad. You're my dad!
You're my dad!
You've been my mentor for 28 years. Oh, you're my dad!
Yeah, this coach, the Kansas City Chiefs coach, he decided, I'm going to search for my biological father. And, well, he found out that the guy that mentored him, turns out it's his dad.
So did the guy know, though? It's like, is that a cool story, or is that just like...
Well, how awful would it be if the guy actually knew?
Yeah. It's like, why do you think I've been mentoring you for 28 years?
Why do you think I've been giving you lunch money every day?
Son. You're like, what? You never told me you're my dad? Well, I just didn't want that burden of responsibility, but I still wanted to raise you as my own, but not my own. But you are my own blood. I love you.
Oh,
no!
That's so funny. Yeah, I can't even imagine. But you know what? It happens, you know? I mean, Kay Peterson, she just found out. She just met her biological mom, you know, because she was adopted when she was a baby, and so she grew up never knowing who her biological parents were. And you know, I think most people, I don't think everybody, but most people, they get to that point in their life where they're like, you know what? I kind of want to see, you know, like that side of the family, you know, like I want to see.
Do you think we're going to start getting like horrible stories in the next like 10, 15 years where it's like, yeah, man, I played Fortnite with this dude every day, and turns out he was my dad. He gave me up for adoption when I was born because he didn't want the financial responsibility and was also really into Fortnite.
Yeah.
And so 15 years later, man, turns out he's my dad.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yep.
No!
It's going to get weird, man.
It's going to get real weird.
It's going to get really weird.
Yeah. Real weird.
Still waiting for my my DNA test to get done. I want to make sure I'm a Toth, you know?
Yeah.
Make sure that I got that Hungarian blood.
That Hungarian blood.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty cool, though.
Oh, Steph said don't Google this. There are actually horrible stories of dads and daughters dating.
Oh, you know what? I always wondered if those were real. Because sometimes you stumble upon those stories and you go, you know what? I don't know about this. Like they go out on dates and, yeah, they really like each other and then come to find out, oh, that's my dad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it could happen, right? If this stuff happens, I guess we shouldn't be surprised if that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
505-338-3700 if you'd like to chime in. I thought that was a pretty cool story, though. You know, the guy worked 2 years with this other guy and had no idea that was his biological dad. So weird. I don't know, man. Would you want to search? Would you want to search?
I don't know. It's a weird question.
I'd be pretty curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I'm not in that position, so I have no clue. I'd like to say, yeah, of course. Who wouldn't?
Right.
But maybe there's some who wouldn't.
Yeah. And it's okay if you don't. I
have like family members out there, like a half brother that I'd never met.
Right.
I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm complete.
If you don't feel the need, it's all right.
No.
But I think a lot of people just kind of feel like, you know what, I kind of want to see, you know, because like I always say, like my half sister, it's incredible. When I get to spend time with her, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
You know, because we just connect so well. We're just like each other.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted a sister too.
Jarrett would like to point out something on my story for the Fortnite player. It's like, wait. Did I just suggest that some Fortnite player was going to procreate somehow? Because they never stopped playing Fortnite, so that's impossible. And touche, you're right. I actually read a story. We got to talk about this coming up. Parents of Fortnite-obsessed kids don't know what to do. We shared a story yesterday about a 14-year-old that headbutted his mom when she tried to take away the system. And I'm going, what? Turns out it's an epidemic.
Yeah.
There's actual support groups for parents of Fortnite. We've got to talk about this coming up.
Isn't it? It's so crazy to me that parents don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Isn't that mind-blowing? Like, they don't know what to do? Doesn't it seem pretty simple?
Yeah.
But at the same time, is it that simple? Like, let's say you are, especially if you're a mom and your son is, I guess, abusing you. I mean, we see it, you know. I mean, this kid headbutted his mom. So it doesn't surprise me the mom's scared of the kid.
Yeah.
So why would she destroy the system if she knows that the reaction's probably going to be abusive towards her?
Yeah, one and done, bro.
I get it.
One and done.
At the same time,
you pull that plug.
Trying to understand, you know, where these, because a lot of times, it's the weird thing is the dads. You know, like the dad that was in the video yesterday was just sitting there like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like, I can kind of understand the mom in some ways, but the dad, come on.
At digital immigrants, basically referring to parents in this generation who didn't grow up with the internet, who don't know how to handle transitions from the virtual world to real life.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Coming up, we have to talk about this. Because apparently this is psychologically damaging our children right now. Yeah.
All right, we got to take a quick break. 505-338-3700. We'll get your phone calls when we come back. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88 FM. Hang out.
I'm Heidi, and here's what's happening. What's better than eating food outside? Eating food outside from a food truck, of course. Don't miss Saturday Surge Food Truck Night at Sagebrush Church on Saturday, September 8th after their 4:30 and 6 p.m. services at their Northeastern Heights location. They're going to have all kinds of different food trucks in their parking lot and so much more. One of my favorite things to do in New Mexico is go to fun events like concerts, movies, festivals, other fun stuff. But what if those fun things were free? What a crazy concept. Not spending a ton of money going out and doing things. Did you know that there are free events happening all the time around our community? I know, right? The thing is, it's hard to get the word out. What if a radio station had a free service that they talked about free events that are going on? People would have so much fun and save so much money. Did you know that you can tell us about your free event that's going on and we'll talk about it on the air and feature it on our website? It is super easy and all you have to do is fill out the form online at star88.fm. For more information about events happening in your community and so much more, visit star88.fm. For What's Happening, I'm Heidi and this is Star 88.
Tony Evans. This is a Star 88 Supernova.
The first need that God will meet, can meet. If the Lord is your shepherd, he will meet your spiritual needs. He says, he makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. What are you talking about, David? Simple. He restores my soul. The issues of life have drained. In other words, life has sucked you dry. Maybe it's a trial that won't go away. Maybe it's a loneliness that won't disappear. Maybe it's a sin that you sincerely desire to shake, and it is plaguing you. But whatever it is, it won't let you go.
That was Pastor Tony Evans on a Star 88 Supernova. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, New Mexico's fresh alternative.
Shoot from the hip. Okay. Hello, I am a millennial in my home studio, watching YouTube videos. I grew up on Legos, Lunchables, and Legos. Not to brag, but participation trophies, yeah, I got those. That was years ago, 3 past 2-0, be a degree, yo. Still feel like a Nino. Mama called me kiddo when I was eating Cheerios. I still eat cereal, but I am an adult. Here's the dealio. I'm grown up, but what's up with all the responsibility? I'm worried if I work in my stifle my creativity. I'm busy making my feet on this so pleasing aesthetically, and somehow I get blamed for the death of the napkin industry. No one told me real life is such a mess. Why nobody tell me that I ain't the best? All of a sudden, everybody's unimpressed. I play it cool, but homie, all I do is guess I shoot from the hip, shoot from the hip. All I do is shoot from the hip. I got no idea, got no clue, so you know I just shoot from the hip, shoot from the hip. All I do is shoot from the hip. I got no idea, got no clue. Shoot. I'ma make it up as I go. I'm a PBS kid that got grown. Hold up, where did my summer break go? Somebody, anybody, tell me what I need to know. Wait, I gotta pay student loans? Oh, pay my own bill from my phone? Oh, come up with rent on my own? Oh, any chance I can leave this alone? Oh, I don't think I took a class for this. All my friends are baristas as an activist. Never took a test or checked off a list to be a grown-up. I just took a shot and missed. And now I'm stuck in the middle feeling weird. I'm like a kid but can kinda grow a beard. But I don't wanna work if it ain't my dream career. I am pseudo-independent, I don't need a puppeteer. Shoot from the hip, shoot from the hip. All I do is shoot from the hip. I got no idea, got no clue, so you know I just shoot from the hip, shoot from the hip. All I do is shoot from the hip. I got no idea, got no clue. Shoot. My generation get a lot of hate for our Snapchat selfies and swipe right dates. No ambition, they say. No conviction, they say. Got no vision, they say. Want my prediction? Okay, like it or not, we all you got, so homie, get it through your brain. I think everyone's opinions need to take a little break. No matter what you say, no matter who you're trying to blame. Millennials will run the whole world someday. We are not the worst generation ever. When did we start any world wars? Never. What kind of standard are you even trying to measure? We own the internet and our music ain't clever. Growing up is hard enough without your guilt trips. We don't gotta be the same as you to get it. I know it might seem like we don't always have a grip, but it don't matter cause we know how to shoot from the hip. Shoot from the hip, shoot from the hip. All I do is shoot from the hip. I got no idea, got no clue, so you know I just shoot from the hip, shoot from the hip. All I do is shoot from the hip. I got no idea, got no clue. Shoot. From that, shoot from that hip, shoot from that, shoot from that hip, shoot from that, shoot from that.
Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Hey, it's Millennial Minute, guys. I'm Caden, Erica, Sienna, Ross, Michael, Smith, Edwards, and this is the show for Millennials by Millennials. First, we go to the mail, then we get the hashtag of the day. What's the mail, Christina? Who's it from?
This is from Uzbekistan in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Cool. What do they have to say?
Caden, I am writing you to see if you know of any restaurants that are literally socially conscious. I literally love the idea of the humane treatment of animals, but I also love to eat chicken. Any suggestions?
I actually do. Listen, we don't like to eat things with a face, but if you have to, the spot is Buddy System Meats in Brooklyn, New York. These animals are treated totally humanely. In fact, prior to them getting to the restaurant, they are fresh off a 10-day Mediterranean vacation, and they kill them with kindness. So there you go. That's your answer, and it's your hashtag of the day. Hashtag it, everybody, Buddy System Meats. Thanks for joining us on Millennial Minute. I'm Caden, Erica, Sienna, Ross, Michael, Smith, Edwards.
Really is the best.
Yeah, it is.
Don't mock me. Don't you dare mock me. Good morning. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. What do you guys think of that new Bachelor they announced yesterday, huh? Did you guys hear? Huh? What are your thoughts? How are you feeling about the announcement of Colton as the new Bachelor, Steve-O?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Colton Underwood? Yes, you do. I'm telling you, I should just do a whole podcast on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. All right, you guys can be a part of the show. And you had something you wanted to talk about, you wanted to jump into.
This is crazy. I say the term Fortnite, and kids start to sweat like they're addicts, and parents start to shake because they don't know what to do, apparently. Parents of Fortnite-obsessed kids are in a place they've never been before. So much so that dozens of Facebook support groups have seriously started popping up, full of parents trying to figure out how to transition their kids from the video game to the real world as school has kicked back in session. Apparently, over the summer, some parents were like, hey, it's summertime. You should just spend 12 hours a day playing video games because I don't like parents.
Yeah, what parents would do that?
For those that don't know, Fortnite's like this crazy Hunger Games style video game that's pretty smart, actually. Third person. It's like mixes elements of a shooter with Minecraft with the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
You want to be, dude, you want to get that dub, bro.
Yeah, last man standing or last team standing.
Yeah. It can be played on just about any console, but if you have a PlayStation, good luck trying to cross-play. You can't. There are more than 125 million players that have joined up to Fortnite just this year, which is crazy to me. One Facebook group started by a Maryland-based child psychologist called Fortnite iParent 101 educates parents about the game, helps them manage their child's relationship with it, and essentially their goal is to try and help families to strike a healthy balance between gaming and other life activities that are important for their development as a child. It is crazy to me that we're even having to talk about this.
Well, yeah, we need to because parents are freaking out.
Whoever created Fortnite.
Yeah.
Whoever you are out there.
Yeah.
I need you to know what you're doing to parents across the globe, okay? Because your game has completely taken over and our children have become total addicts.
Well,
whose fault is that, though?
Fortnite's fault?
Okay,
it's
whatever.
Fortnite's
it's
fault.
Whoever created heroin, I want you to know your drug took over. It's like, okay, dude. Well, how much responsibility lands on the parents allowing that?
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, you're right.
Our kids play. They play video games, whatever.
Yeah,
and then when
I think
it's like,
you
hey,
allow
guys,
them 5 minutes a week?
Yes,
Is that what
5
they get?
minutes a week.
They get 5 minutes a week?
They get 5 minutes a week. No, but seriously. I don't understand the need to start support groups to try and help parents realize that maybe letting their kid just play video games for 10 hours a day is not the best parenting.
Yeah.
So all these groups have been started. The goal, like I said, to help find a healthy balance between gaming and any other life skill or activity. Dr. Adam Pletter is the founder, said, quote, "I created the group very specifically to give parents a safe place to come in and talk without judgment," end quote. Well, I'm judging. He says that Fortnite's basically foreign territory for parents who grew up without the internet, who are basically raising children who are digital natives, as he calls them.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up in this world where this is...
Yeah, they don't get it.
I mean, this is... it's just always been a thing.
Yeah, they don't get it.
So parents in our generation are referred to as digital immigrants. We didn't grow up with the internet. Yeah. It's new territory to us. So...
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, I mean, they don't get the whole smartphone thing. They don't understand video gaming. They don't understand it.
There are groups that try and help parents because they have kids that stay inside and play video games all day, or will sneak in screen time when they should be sleeping. Like middle of the night, parents will come and find them like downstairs playing video games.
Gosh, man.
So parents are obviously looking for tips to try and convince their kids to put down the devices to pick up a book or something. One mom on the group says, my son plays several hours a day at this point. With school starting, that plan is going to have to change because it just has to, but she has no clue how to make it stop.
Well, follow this mom's advice.
I would really like the people who created this Fortnite to call me, because we need to talk about what you need to do for us parents, because this game is driving us up a wall. I know you're all billionaires now, okay? But you need to do something for us, because this is making us crazy. I am so done with Fortnite.
Isn't that so?
Then be done with.
It's
Fortnite.
so funny. That's so funny. And obviously, I think this video that I'm playing clips of is a joke. It's mom's messing around, but at the same time, it's not, because that's basically what this mom is saying in the article. Is like, what do we do?
She joined this group and said it's such a relief to connect with other parents who are struggling with the same questions as other parents. It can really free you up to focus on what to do instead of sitting around and just worrying about all that you've done wrong. End quote. But they said this Fortnite iParent 101 group is highly engaging, and so many people are joining it because a lot of parents are facing the same issue. When you post something within this group, you really know that the people are really interested in what the subject matter is. It's been very helpful just to be connected and engaged with these people that are really dealing with all of the same issues. So,
do you think it's because we use video games as a babysitter a lot of times, and so it's gotten out of control?
Oh yeah,
because
dude, think about it.
A lot of us parents, and I'm talking to myself, you know, I'll sit there and stream something on my phone, you know, while I'm hanging out with the kids, because they're off streaming or playing video games. So in a way, if I told the kids to get off, then I wonder if a lot of times parents are like, well, what are they going to do if I kick them off? You know, they're busy, they're doing things. Then it gets out of control, like it does, where a kid headbutts his mom, or they freak out and scream and throw a tantrum because they're completely addicted to it, because it's a real addiction.
Yeah.
And now parents are like, oh my gosh, what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, how do I handle this? You've created this monster.
Yeah. Mark says, be active with your children, know their interests, educate yourself on what your kids do and what they like. Rebecca says, I had to put my kid in check when he was 8. He's now 17, and I've never had a problem since I fixed him at 8. It's called parenting. Roddy says it's ridiculous. We're constantly changing due to the current culture. Kids had ADHD in the 90s. We had video game violence. Now it's Fortnite addiction. Our educational system is constantly, quote, innovating. So I actually found some tips for parents. We could take this call, and then, I'll share what this doctor says.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press...
Go ahead, caller. Good morning. Turn that radio down, please. Go ahead. Are you there? All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. Phone line's open.
Dr. Souter, who started this group, said, understand the game your child plays, know who your child is playing with in real life, and enforce rules. Communicate reasons for rules, and you must stay consistent.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we're not consistent with that. No child wants to be told they can play only an hour, but you're the parent. You got to remember you're the boss. You have to set the rules, and you can explain to them why you don't want them to play all day. Stick to your rule and be consistent. It will benefit your child. This doctor, who is also a mom, said she made sure to meet her own son's friends from the game and their parents in person. She said sometimes the best way to understand your kid's obsession with the game is to play it with them. You want to make sure that you understand the game. My husband played when my son first got interested, so we'd have an understanding of what he's doing and what he's spending his time on. I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Luke, he you know, they play from time to time, and a lot of times it's their friends from, like, literally yesterday I went and sat with them so I could watch them play for a little bit, and it was like, who are you playing with? And it was like all teammates from baseball. And I was like, cool, man.
Do you have him turn up the volume so you can hear the other players?
Yeah, well, he's got a headset.
Right, but you can turn the volume up on the TV as well.
So, but if you see their gamer tags, I know all these kids because I have a video game system as well. And I'm that parent that's like friends with all of the kids on Instagram and Facebook or wherever, and, you know, have them all connected on my video game system as well. And they're all great about it. None of those kids are like playing 12 hours a day, though, because they all are in baseball together. So it's baseball practice, it's homework, it's whatever, and then they get like an hour. What's hilarious is when the kids are playing and you can hear one of the other parents going, Zach, clean up, I told you before. And I'm going, this is great.
Yeah.
Hey, tell Mrs. So-and-so hello.
Right?
Like,
so funny.
So I do think that's important. Like, no, we don't need to shut it down, but come on, man. Like, Rebecca actually has a question. Do you think a 10-year-old is too young for this game? I do, and it is a constant battle to tell him to get off, to the point of taking the console away and him bawling every single time. He doesn't desire to do anything but play Fortnite. His mom allows him to play 4+ hours a day, and I don't agree with it, so he flips out when we tell him the rules are different at our house.
Wow.
I do think 10's a little young. Like, Brody doesn't kick it in there if he's playing that. Like, it's still cartoony and whatever, but...
Yeah, obviously he's not old enough because of the way he's acting. You know, if he's not responsible enough and mature enough to handle.
Because I know some really mature 10-year-olds, but then I know some very immature 14 and 15-year-olds.
But think about that. If he's constantly bawling, you know what? First off, kick him in his room and just let him bawl.
That's got to be tough, though, when there's two houses and you're not getting the same set of rules.
I know, that's so
But
hard.
you just have to continue to be the parent.
Yeah.
You gotta be the one that's like, well, in this house, this is why we do it. I agree with what the doctor said. Like, tell the reasons why you're enforcing these rules. It's not because we don't love you. It's not because we don't want you to have fun. But there are so many other things that we can do, and we got to stay consistent. So for my boys, they know they're not going to play over a certain amount of time, and instead we will do things together. But I think that goes back to what we're talking about with parenting, is the idea of, like, having other things to do. Parents usually are just like, here, get on the iPad because I'm tired too, and I don't want, it's exhausting having to play with you, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, man, your kid doesn't always want to disengage from you 100%.
Yeah.
You know, like you set up the rules and spend time with your child.
Hey, go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
So what I ended up doing was putting the parental controls on the router, and on the router itself at 9 o'clock, it shuts off every night.
Dope.
That's really good.
And that really helps. They can't get on their console if there's no internet, and if they don't have password, they're not going to get on. So yeah, I kind of controlled that. My son's been pretty good about it with the way that works. And on school nights, if he has time after he's done with his homework, he's allowed to play a little bit. But if it hits 9 o'clock, it just completely shuts down whether he's in the middle of a game or not.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah, and it works out great. And you just let them know, 9 o'clock's cutoff time. If you're going to get a game, get it done in before. But, yeah, there's things on routers that you can do to, just put timers on it, shut it off. It'll start back up. You can just put a time for it to come back online, things like that.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Thank you.
All right.
Ronnie chimed in and said, I've heard that explaining the reason for rules is not necessarily good because it allows the child to argue. I've lived through that. The advice was to say, because I said so, which I heard as a kid, and I hated it, but it made sense. Which is funny, I'm the opposite. I totally will invite discussion. I don't call it arguing. I totally invite discussion. Hey, you want to talk about this? Here's why. Because at the end of the day, you're still the parent. So you still have control. You just have to maintain that control. You don't get argumentative. You don't allow them to get argumentative because you don't need to be argumentative. That's one thing that always weirds me out is when parents like are fighting with their kids and it's like, oh my gosh, and then they said this and then I fired back with that and I'm going, hey, why are you stooping down to like a 12-year-old? Just be the parent. You're the parent. If they don't like it, that sucks for them. But I talk about that too. It's like, hey man, someday there's going to be the boss you don't like or the teacher you don't like, but you respect the authority above you and you're not being harmed in this situation. Right. Welcome to life. Yeah.
That's something I'm dealing with as a parent. You know, when you have a stubborn kid. Yeah. But like we said, being consistent. I mean, one of my kids, they are upset over a rule that I put in place on video games years ago. Yeah. They're still mad at me about it. Right. But it's, you know what? Hopefully one of these days they'll get over it. And, you know, we're about 2 years in and they're still holding a grudge against me. But, you know, you got to stay consistent, you know?
Yeah. Eric says, since when did parenting become a spectator sport? You want your kids to stop playing a game, then remove the power cord, hide it, just do something. It's true. Yeah. But I think the key is to stay consistent. So...
Yeah, I had a conversation with Landon because he's the one who's addicted to Fortnite in the fam. And so I said, what would happen if you just came home from school and the Xbox wasn't working? Like, let's talk about this, man. Like, what would you do? And he goes, well, I would know that you did something to it. And I'm like, no, I'm asking you a question. What would you do? I want you to talk this through with me because what if it just didn't work? Because you can run out and buy another Xbox. Yeah. You know, you don't have $400. So it's like, what would you do? And he's like, well, I guess I would have to find something else to do. And I'm sitting there going, yes, you would. Yeah. I'm going to pull a wire one of these days. Just going to pull a wire. But at the same time, it's hard as a parent because I get that there should be like, they shouldn't be playing for 15 hours a day. But my kids, like Landon, for example, straight A student, just does great. Yeah. He's very respectful. He's a good kid. Right. So at the same time, it's like, hey, man, if you're doing the things we ask you to do, then you know what? Have fun. Yeah. Play Fortnite, you know?
Absolutely.
Go nuts. But if it gets out of control and you're breaking the rules, it goes away. Yeah. It's that simple.
I like what Albert said as far as like the because I said so. He said it's a really weak reason. Explaining the why brings an understanding. You still explain your why with a firm yes or no. And I agree with that because you want to bring, man, when I was a kid, I hated it too. I heard it all the time. It was either because I said so or because the Bible said so. But then it's like, well, where? And what is that? And sometimes it actually wasn't in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so you start to like build up this whack theology because it's what you're told and you're not like taking it back to the word yourself. And I had to undo some crazy stuff from childhood. So I do like explaining the why. I think it's important, but it's also challenging because a lot of times when we're tired, we say no because we're tired, not because they shouldn't be doing it. Yeah. So you got to check yourself too, because the why sometimes can bring about well, am I just being too rigid? Like, are they getting all their work done? Are they just wanting to spend some time on a video game or a movie or whatever it is? Man, what is the reasoning why I'm saying no? Yeah. Because it's really helped me as a parent not be so quick to just shut everything down. Yeah. Which I think is also important. So, anyway. Mark says time and place for why. Sometimes right away isn't the right time. That's true. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's true too, man.
And I said, you need to stop. We are done. We are not having this conversation. No, nothing. You're not getting anything. And he looked at me and he says, Mom, do you remember when we were in church last week and the man was asking for bread because he needed to be fed? And Jesus said, all you need to do is ask and you shall receive. He is trying to use Bible verses to get me to buy him Fortnite skins. He has lost his ever-loving mind.
No, you have, lady. You have. Just break if it's gotten so bad, because I guarantee you, if it ever gets bad with Landon, I'm going to break the Xbox. I'm either going to break it or I'm just going to wrap it up and just take it with me. That's what's going to happen. I don't know why it isn't that simple. Why, with these parents that have the kids that are out of control, why isn't it just as simple as shutting the Wi-Fi off or taking the Xbox, unplugging it, and hiding it or breaking it? Why isn't it that easy?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't know anything about technology, why isn't it that easy? When a kid is disobeying, you take away the toy.
Right.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense.
Albert says if you teach moderation, show other things in life to be interested in, you wouldn't have to worry about them getting addicted to something. I love video games, but I also love baseball, hunting, fishing, reading, drums, guitar. My dad showed me a lot, and now I don't just stick to one.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. Good morning.
Good morning, fellas. It's Frank in Las Cruces. How you
What
doing?
up,
Your
Frank?
door is ajar, Frank.
Yes.
What up? Hey, you know what? For my daughter, she's about to turn 12, and we've got a pretty good system because throughout the day, you know, wherever the weekend, it's always, can I do this? Can I do that? Or blah, 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 or whatever. And so we've come to a system where if she asks something that she and I say no, she can respond and say, okay, can we talk about it? So she's allowed to say, can we talk about it?
I like that.
And my response is either it's non-negotiable, not right now, or yes, let's talk about it. So sometimes it's non-negotiable, like there's nothing to talk about. This is the way it is. Most of the times, let's talk about it. And sometimes it's like we're in the middle of Walmart and I'm trying to get out of here. Not right now. And it's been it's worked. It's been like a year now since she's been 11, and it's been working pretty good. It's pretty productive.
All right.
Nice, man.
I dig that.
Good stuff, Frank.
Yeah, for real.
Sweet.
Good job.
See you, man.
All right, brother.
Way to parent.
It's a good dad right there.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. Friday, when the new Spider-Man game comes out for PS4, you're not going to see me for like 3 weeks. So
have you
do as I say, not as I do.
Have you liked the other Spider-Man games that have come out in the
Always.
past? Yeah.
Always. I'm nerding out. A lottle bit.
A lottle bit.
A lottle bit. But it's because there's a storyline, you see?
No,
and I'm really
yes.
into.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait. I'll see you guys after Friday. I'll be taking my 3 weeks.
Nice.
So.
All right, thanks for chiming in. Parents, go with Christ. Godspeed. It's tough, man. The struggle is real. The Fortnite struggle.
Also, shout out to our boy Andrew on YouTube. Today is his 36th birthday.
What's up, Andrew?
Happy birthday, Andrew.
Oh, 36, man.
Hope you get some Fortnite coin.
Buy those skins, man.
Yeah, dog. We know what's up. We know what's up.
Live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Stardy 8 Studios. From time to time, we get people needing dating advice, which, you know, people go through it.
Which, you know, obviously, we're the pros at it.
I am a pro.
I mean,
I'm such a pro.
I went on a date last night. What?
Yeah, you did. Oh, gosh. His tummy hurts from all the lobster butter.
Okay.
He choked down.
I really don't feel well today.
It's not used to all that crab and lobster.
Okay. Gosh, dude. I had pizza, man.
Oh, yeah, lobster pizza. Also, a new dating term that you guys are going to need to know about. You know, ghosting. You remember that dating term, ghosting, which means that they just end up ghosting you and you never hear from them again? There's a new dating term we're going to talk about next. Hang on.
A Stardy 8 Supernova with Greg Lloyd.
What are you going to do with Jesus? You know, ultimately, when we stand before God, it won't be a sin question. It will be a son question. S-O-N. In other words, it won't be, well, did you live a good life? And did your good deeds outweigh your bad deeds? And you get to heaven, oh, you have more bad deeds than good deeds, and you go to hell. Not at all. It's all about Jesus Christ, God's provision for us to get into heaven. Because conventional thinking is if we live good lives, we'll get to heaven. If we live bad lives, we'll go to hell. But here's the biblical truth. You can live, and some people don't like this, you can live a wicked life, and at the very end, repent of your sins, and you can make it into heaven. That bugs some people, unless you're the person who repented at the end. And then you're very thankful.
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM. The head of the Human Genome Project, Dr. Francis Collins, has this to say. At the most fundamental level, it's a miracle that there's a universe at all. It's a miracle that it has order, fine-tuning that allows the possibility of complexity, and laws that follow precise mathematical formulas. Contemplating this, an open-minded observer is almost forced to conclude that there must be a mind behind all of this. To me, that qualifies as a miracle, a profound truth that lies outside of scientific explanation. A solar flare on Star 88.
But it's up to me.
Coach Wilkerson Jr. reminds us that if we desire to lead, we must first learn to follow.
Church is full of hypocrites. Are you just now figuring this out? Yes, you are correct. Church is full of hypocrites because church is full of people, and people tend to say one thing and do another. That's why we come to church. We're in need of a Savior. Anybody thankful that you serve a God who's not a hypocrite, but you serve a God who came and saved you and has always lived out what he says? Apostle Paul said, why do I do the things I don't want to do and I don't do the things I want to do? What's he saying? He said, I'm a hypocrite, but I need a Savior. I don't come to church to be reminded of my weaknesses. I come to church to be reminded of his strength. My God's not a hypocrite. My God provides me grace so I can walk out my race.
That's a PowerPoint on Star 88.
I filled my heart up, sitting on top, winning, but that ain't winning. I've chased all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, stuff the world calls living, but that ain't living. Hey, hey, don't really matter what I do. Hey, hey, don't mean nothing without you. I don't wanna have it all, write my story any way I want. Everything will just fall apart if you waited, if you waited it. I don't wanna give my way, no, I don't wanna run this thing, 'cause I know it all ends the same if you waited, if you waited it. If you waited it. You want all that you got, point my heart towards you. I want you to. Hey, hey, nothing else is gonna matter. Hey, hey, if you're not what I'm after. I don't wanna have it all, write my story any way I want. Everything will just fall apart if you waited, if you waited it. I don't wanna give my way, no, I don't wanna run this thing, 'cause I know it all ends the same if you waited, if you waited it. If you waited it. Here is my confession, I'm a man of imperfection, and my heart can go off chasing empty things. But you keep running toward me, yeah, 'cause you know what's best for me, and you know you are the only one I need. Oh, I don't wanna have it all. I don't wanna have it all. I don't wanna have it all, write my story any way I want. Everything will just fall apart if you waited, if you waited it. I don't wanna give my way, no, I don't wanna run this thing, 'cause I know it all ends the same if you waited, if you waited it. If you waited it. If you waited it. If you waited it.
What's going on in the news today?
An absolutely devastating peek behind the curtains of the West Wing laid bare in Bob Woodward's new book.
White House Chief of Staff John Kelly quoted in the book as saying of the president, quote, he's an idiot, he's gone off the rails, we're in crazy town.
Tropical storm Gordon is threatening more than 8 million people along the Gulf Coast.
Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing for the Supreme Court nearly turned into a free-for-all with frequent interruptions from Senate Democrats and protesters.
Jeffrey Owens, who had appeared in The Cosby Show, breaking his silence. He'd been shamed for working at a Trader Joe's.
He says there is no shame in working.
No one has to feel sorry for me. I'm doing fine.
New turmoil for USA Gymnastics. Just 9 months onto the job, President and CEO Carrie Perry has resigned. Perry was brought on to lead USA Gymnastics throughout the fallout from the Larry Nassar sex abuse scandal.
The Mueller and Trump teams are continuing to discuss a possible interview with the president. Those discussions are now focusing more on written questions for the president.
The iconic Wizard of Oz slippers have been found. They were stolen 13 years ago.
Getting old, man. You can't eat like that.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much gluten. So
no. Yeah. Good morning. Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. How's everybody doing?
But let's go down here.
All right. Good to know. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. We'd love hearing your voice. Just chatting with you. Being a part of the show. You can text in. What's the live line?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
We're going to get to a letter here in a second. New dating term we need to talk about first. And then the letter has to do with the date somebody went out on. So this new dating term is it's one step up from ghosting, but maybe even more cruel. Curving.
What?
Curving. Curving is the latest dating term. That's when someone, well, you know what? You guess. What do you think curving is? I'm going to throw this one at you. What do you think?
Curving?
I said it's one step up from ghosting. So what do you think? What do you think curving is?
Where you don't have the guts to tell the person you're not into them, so you deflect every single time and kind of go around it. So if they're like asking you out again, it's like, oh, I would, but I have something that night already with my sister. We could try again in a week. Yeah.
You know what? I'll give you that one.
Really?
So, yeah, I think you nailed it. It's instead of just completely ghosting the person, which means you're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah. You continue to text the person, but you don't put a whole lot of effort or passion into it. So if you text someone a lot of messages and then they respond back a few hours later with just like the thumbs up emoji, that's curving.
Ugh. Seth says I'm curving their relation. Whatever, Seth.
Are you stringing Seth along?
I know.
Because that's what you're doing, man. If you're curving, you're stringing them along. Honestly, though, I honestly think that men in general we're like constantly curving, aren't we?
Just deflecting?
Maybe. I don't know. I guess we just think about it. Women always, women have more words than men when they speak. We know that. It's scientifically proven that women talk more than men.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's the same thing with texting. When I look back, it's like if you look how much your wife texts you compared to how much you text, I'm sure, I don't know, Chrissy, I don't know if that applies to Chrissy.
I know, right?
But in general, a lot of times women will be texting a lot, and then the husband will fire back with, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
So I kind of feel like that's kind of guys in general, you know?
It's just what we do.
Now, if a woman does it, if she's curving you, then you kind of know. If she went from texting you a ton of stuff, maybe that's what it is. If they're texting you a bunch, then all of a sudden that kind of stops, and then they're still texting you, but you're only getting a couple emojis, a couple things. They're just leading you on. They don't want to break it off, but they're just kind of keeping you attached.
Yeah.
That's curvy.
Because they just can't, for whatever reason, pull the trigger.
Can't pull the trigger, man.
That's like, that to me, that's worse. That's way worse.
Right.
Because
pull the Band-Aid off.
You're in this perpetual state of purgatory. Like it's in limbo. Person can't move on. Person can't,
Yeah, but what if there's, nothing better out there, man?
Okay. Well, then if there's nothing better, then commit.
Yeah.
Then if this is what you want, then go for it. You jump in, bro.
How many of you guys are getting curved now? Curved? Curving?
Curved?
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine a lot of people that now have heard what curving is, they're going, oh no, that's happening to me. My gosh.
Yeah. I have some breaking news.
Oh gosh. Is it bad news?
Have you seen any terrible show that starts with the universe succumbing to illness and death?
Walking Dead?
I mean, I would never watch that show, and I wouldn't recommend anybody watch that show because, it's bad. So I'm not saying that. But, yeah. Got some breaking news. There's currently a situation at JFK Airport in New York City where an entire airplane is currently under quarantine because over 100 people on board have been reported as feeling ill.
Oh, my gosh.
3 have already been taken to the hospital in New York. I don't know why they let them off the plane.
Why did you do that? I thought you were talking about Walking Dead. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, this is real life.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I thought you were going to say like The Walking Dead was canceled or something.
No, I don't care about that show. I'm talking about real life. I said, have you ever seen those types of shows?
You're right. I guess.
And that's how it starts.
Oh, my gosh. 100 people?
This is real news.
Oh,
it's a flight from
gosh.
Dubai. It landed at JFK early this morning, and it was quarantined on the runway after over 100 of the 500 passengers were reported as feeling ill.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It's straight up quarantined. Dude, it looks like a Transformers movie. There's so many cars around it.
Whoa.
The CDC is there. Port Authority police are there. There's a staging area to check the passengers. The mayor's office confirmed on Twitter that it was at JFK. There are over 100 sickened passengers. The entire aircraft has been quarantined. I've seen these movies!
No kidding, right? I'm thinking of like 5 different shows and movies that I've seen over the past 5 years that the exact same situation happened.
Now imagine being one of the other 400 not
right?
sick
Just
passengers.
like
You're
waiting?
just like sitting there like, oh, I'm breathing into your shirt. Oh, no. This is how the outbreak monkey thing happened.
Oh, my gosh.
I know it. Yeah. 7 ambulances currently lined up, as well as dozens of other emergency response units, including police and Homeland Security. Just saying, guys, you heard it here first on the Morning Invasion when the zombie apocalypse happens because of an outbreak. Thank God we're on the west end of the country. It's going to take a little time to get here.
Guys, start praying for all of these people involved.
Literally less than a month. Less than a month from now, I will be at JFK, flying into JFK. I got to cancel that flight.
You got to cancel that flight.
I can't go to New York Comic-Con this year. Can't do it, guys.
Hey, you know what? You can't let fear.
It's true. You know what? If I'm going to go out, it would be interesting. What if that's how it starts, right? Okay, October, first week of October, I'm in New York for New York Comic-Con. I land in JFK. I accidentally scratch my finger on something at the airport. Oh, airborne disease. Little do I know it starts taking over and it's eating me. Day 2, I'm at New York Comic-Con and I'm hanging out and I start to feel ill and I go into the bathroom and I pass out. I wake up, I'm a zombie and I'm walking into the courtyard. And people are like, dude, great cosplay, bro. Wow, you look like a zombie. That's real. And then I just start eating everybody. They're like, that guy is in character. And that's how it's going to start, guys. I am the beginning of the movie.
What a way to go.
I know. At New York Comic-Con. It'd be really weird.
Yeah.
Because then the first hosts of zombies are all going to be like, well, there's a zombie Harley Quinn. That's kind of weird.
Right.
And nobody's going to realize it because New York Comic-Con, so everybody thinks everyone's in costume.
Yeah.
Zombies are in right now.
It's a good call.
Guys, this is how it starts. I'm not a fearmonger. You are.
Honestly, this is how Steve-O reacts when he's scared. Just go along with it, guys. He has to just have fun. You joke around. It's all right, buddy. I'll be all right. Keep us updated on that story.
What if I can't?
Yeah, you need to. That drives me nuts. It's the only details we have.
That's all we have. 500 passengers are quarantined at JFK right now.
And 100
with over 100 of them ill.
Okay, you just think about that. 100 out of the 500 are sick. There's something bad is happening.
Yeah.
That's not okay. That's not okay. And the worst thing is everybody's going, it's a terrorist attack. I mean, we don't know if it's a terrorist attack, but it definitely seems like it could be.
Yeah.
My gosh. And again, I'm not saying it's a terrorist attack, but 100 people sick. Maybe they all had the same food or something. Maybe the burger was bad. You know?
Earlier this year, a flight from New York to Florida had to be diverted after passengers reported burning throats from an unknown substance that smelled like dirty socks.
What happened there?
I don't know.
How many people got sick in that one? Did 100 people get sick on that plane?
We don't know.
And what kind of sick are we talking? Are they vomiting?
The story went dead.
Are they passed out?
Google it. You can't find the story anymore.
Wait, it went dead?
Illuminati. That's how it starts, guys. Also, shout out to my boy Clopez for sending me that story and now making me terrified of existing.
What's Fox News say? Is Fox News? Do they have it? You know, Fox News doesn't even have it. This is fake news. Is this fake news?
It's real.
Okay.
This is from NBC New York, okay, bro? You going to Fox News and CNN, bro? Fake news! We're going local!
It's there, guys. It's on Fox.
Need it. You need a local news source, bro.
All right, hold on.
NBC New York.
Let's see what Fox... Oh, we got video from inside the plane.
No, don't.
Hold
don't
on.
You show me that. Oh, man, people are freaking out.
And no baggage in the aisles.
Oh, my gosh.
Move the bags out of the aisles.
I can't even imagine. Okay, so the airline said about 10 passengers were reported feeling ill. Disputing initial reports indicating that at least 100 of the 500 people on board the plane were sick. So this is saying that 10 passengers. Okay. So that's that. I mean, I hope that's the case, because if it's 100, that. But 10, okay. They're saying that there was coughing and had fevers over 100 degrees. And that's it. That's all they got. Let's go to CNN and see what they have to say. I love doing that because I love to see the different spins they put on it. Like I'm sure CNN's gonna have some sort of spin that it's Trump's fault. Let's see. See, I don't even see it. I don't even see CNN. Does not even reporting on it yet. Oh, there it is. All right, how many people are they saying here? Okay. Yeah, okay, now they're saying as many as 100. So Fox News. Okay, so they're reporting the same thing. 10 passengers had taken ill, but said as many as 100 passengers were reported feeling ill.
Dude, this is crazy, bro. It's crazy. Breaking news, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Zombies. Kevin says, too late. It's airborne. It's airborne, guys. Get it? It's airborne because it said it's an airport. Oh, I see what you did there. Death by joke. No? Okay.
No.
Sweet.
I can't move on to our letter because I just feel like I'm just waiting for the news. That is scary, man. You guys, please pray.
Yeah.
Pray that everybody's going to be okay.
I seriously, like, immediately just started feeling bad for the 400 not sick people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like the time that I had allergies and my wife freaked out and took me to the hospital because she was like, he must be dying, and said, guys, I think he's got meningitis. And next thing you know, I'm in a quarantine. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just allergies. And they're like, nope, she said the M word.
Did the doctors and nurses have to come in with the big quarantine outfits on?
I felt like I was on 24.
No way.
And I'm sitting there in this quarantined room.
Plastic
and I'm going,
everywhere?
Guys, I don't think that's it. And they're like, well, you came in contact with someone with meningitis, which was also not true.
Hey, better said than sorry, bro.
A friend of a friend, like, their husband had meningitis, and one of the kids went to go get, like, a haircut over there or something, but the husband wasn't even home, and there was no blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. You said the M word. And so we were seriously in this hospital, and next thing you know, they're coming out with this giant tube thing, and they're like, spinal tap, thunk, right into my spine, and they're, like, sucking out my life force. And they had to test me, and then they're like, no, you're all good, except now you won't be able to stand for 3 weeks.
Oh, my gosh.
I missed Freedom Fest that year because of it. And we had floor tickets to the Foo Fighters at Red Rocks.
Ugh.
It was going to be my first time experiencing my favorite band. Had to sell them. Missed Foo Fighters.
Was there anything good that came out of that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, literally. I honestly can't.
You know,
think of
sometimes you
anything
can
this
look
time.
back and
go,
bad
man,
things.
it was so
I'm
great.
so glad that happened.
Like, I don't know if anybody's ever had a spinal tap, but like they take the fluid out of you, and so it's got to replenish, but it doesn't just like fill back up.
Yeah.
So for 3 weeks, I couldn't even sit up because it would like knock me over.
I heard it's one of the most painful things.
The spinal tap itself, I was okay with.
Really?
I literally just gripped onto this table and.
I wonder if it's.
I can handle that kind of pain. I could not.
I got my knee drained when I was in high school, and I wonder if it's a lot like that because that was one of the worst pains I've ever gone through.
Yeah.
Was the needle about this long?
I mean, it was in my back.
Yeah, I bet it was.
I don't have eyes in the back of my head, but my kids think I do.
They didn't show you the needle first? They're like, didn't they screw it on next to you?
Why would
They're
anyone
screwing the
do
needle
that?
on?
They're like screwing the needle in. They're like, just want to show
You're just going to feel a little pressure, okay?
This
Just a little
thing,
pressure.
Don't worry, it's only going to go in 3.5 inches. Here we go.
I would rather them say this is going to hurt really bad than you're just going to feel a little pressure.
Oh, no. She was
really very honest.
Very honest. This is going to hurt. Do not move because if you move, it's going to intensify the pain.
You'll be paralyzed.
So I'm just going, oh my gosh. So I hunched over and I just gripped the table, and I remember thinking, oh, they must be putting the like ointment on me or whatever to like kind of numb the area. And then all of a sudden she's like, we're done, and I'm like, oh, I just like gripped.
See, why can't they why can't they knock you out for that?
Knock you out?
Yeah,
because what if you twitched or moved?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need it to knock you out. Come on, bro.
Seriously.
Be a man.
I'd hit my head on
it.
I'd try to knock myself out.
Yeah.
Chrissy, just hit me as hard as you can.
Yeah. The pain of the spinal tap went to 11. Thank you, Kevin, for that joke.
I just Googled, does a spinal tap hurt? Can you be paralyzed from a spinal tap?
Oh, my gosh. These are all really weird questions you have this morning.
They say it's not as bad as most patients fear. Usually the worst part is the pinch felt with the injection of the numbing medicine. Okay. It's like when I got my vasectomy. That was the worst part. Was the numbing.
I'm taking a break from you.
You'll never take a break from me, ever. Any new details before we go to break? I need you to log on.
No.
One more time. I need you to get us up to date on this. We need the breaking news. If you're just joining us. JFK Airport, they're reporting there's an airliner with 500 passengers, and there's one report that says there was 10 people reported sick. Another one says 100 people reported feeling ill out of the 500, and they've quarantined the area. Claire and Thebes, they aren't going anywhere, are they?
Jennifer, by the way, said her fiance had that done and said it felt like his soul was being pulled out of his body.
Oh my gosh! See, I knew it.
Now it makes me nervous. I'm like, what if they lied to me? What if they didn't?
What if you don't have a soul anymore?
Oh,
what if they sucked your soul out?
They took it right out of me.
There was something weird about it.
Took like 3 weeks to replenish.
To get a new soul.
To get a new soul.
Just
to get it
up.
back. Oh, amazing.
All right, let's take a break. As the story unfolds, we'll keep you updated. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to chime in. You can call in. Live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88 FM. We'll be right back.
I love the food at the fair. I want to go on a roller coaster.
My wife and I had our first date at the fair.
For 80 years, the New Mexico State Fair has warmed hearts, brought families and friends together, and created lifelong memories. This year, come and celebrate everything you love about the fair.
I really like the animals in the petting zoo. I like the pygmy goats. They're funny.
The 2018 New Mexico State Fair, September 6th through 16th.
The memories are always the best.
Love is in the fair.
Jonah is a familiar name in the Bible. Jonah and the whale, as some say. But the great fish plays a minor role in the story. This week on A New Beginning, Pastor Greg Laurie shows us the story of Jonah is a look at the importance of obedience and the effectiveness of evangelism. Important insights coming this week on A New Beginning with Pastor Greg Laurie.
Make an appointment with Greg Laurie weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. Whether at home or the workplace, we're all leaders. Become a better leader in this leadership moment with Craig Rochelle.
We need to understand that dealing with criticism is a part of leadership, period.
It doesn't matter who you are, how hard you try, how much you care. You can never avoid all criticism, nor should you try to, or you'll be putting your energy towards something that's less important rather than the more important mission that you're called to. And you know this at some level. We're all criticized. You may be criticized for what you said on social media, for the way you dress your children, for how you cheer at their games, for your opinions about this or that. In your leadership, in your business, in your nonprofit, if you're succeeding, some people will not like you and they're going to criticize you. If you're confident, they may pick you apart. They may not trust your motives and criticize you. They'll criticize your leadership decisions, who you hire. They'll criticize what you do. They'll criticize what you don't do.
That was Craig Rochelle on a Star 88 Leadership Moment. Hear more at life.church/leadership podcast. The Morning Invasion.
Next message. Hi, I just wanted to call and tell you guys that I love The Morning Invasion and listening to the music on Star 88. I especially love The Morning Invasion. I listen to it every morning. It just cracks me up all the time. And my siblings, when they hear me laughing every morning, cracking up hysterically, I say, "What are you listening to?" And it's like, "Oh, it's The Morning Invasion. It's great." And all my friends that I talk to, I say, "Hey, have you heard of Star 88, The Morning Invasion?" They're like, "Oh, yeah, definitely. We love The Morning Invasion." So just wanted to say thank you guys and keep up what you're doing.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88. This is KLYT Albuquerque, Santa Fe, rebroadcast on KKCJ Cannon Air Force Base, KPKJ Mintmore, K201CC Las Cruces, K203EZ Alamogordo, K207CQ Gallup, K211CW Hobbs, K212EH Silver City, K214DE Antonito, K218AK Artesia, K250AB Roswell, K293AO Alamosa, K228DQ Portales, in the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
Wish I could talk to the younger me, caught up in all his insecurities, afraid to walk on the raging seas. Step on out, step on in, say the words that I never heard, like a steadier heart that hurts. Young and worried, things will never turn. Wish I could say to the younger me, it's okay not to be okay. We are long for an easier way. Healing grows in the strangest places. Don't be afraid to It's okay if you're not okay. 'Cause beauty grows when you stand and face it. So don't be afraid. It's okay not to be okay. We are long for an easier way. Beauty grows in the strangest places. Don't be afraid to stand and face it. It's not who we get, where we go when it counts. It's how we live the journey. It's how we live the journey. Go out and live the journey. Go out and live the journey. Journey, journey, journey. We live the journey. Journey, journey.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Big day, how we feeling?
Huge day. I want it now.
Yeah, all right, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling, Star 8 Studios. Dex, Steve-O.
Next message.
TMI. TMI. It's Dex and Steve-O. TMI.
Deleted.
The best. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A little less than an hour left of the show. Thank you so much for being a part of it this morning. I have a list coming up. The most annoying... Oh, not wrong list. Hold on. Best and worst cities for raising a family. Do you think we're number one?
Best or worst?
Mm-hmm. You think we hit number one somewhere?
No.
No.
No, dude.
Burke's getting better?
I don't think we're the best, but I do think we're better than the bottom 5.
Oh, wow.
Bottom 10 even.
No kidding.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Oh, okay. Well. Okay.
We have to get to this
We
letter.
just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
Feel free to cut me off at any point with breaking news. I titled this letter, Can You Date/Marry a Sleeper?
What?
A sleeper. Sleeper. What's a sleeper? Dex and Steve-O, I need your help. I've been out on 2 dates with this girl. I like her. I like her a lot.
Okay.
Things seemed pretty normal until we were having a conversation about sleep. She told me she can sleep up to 16 hours per day.
Oh, gosh.
16 hours per day? You know, there's only 24 hours in one day. You realize that. 16 of those she's sleeping. You know how many hours I got last night? Let's see. 10, 11, 12. I got 4 hours of sleep last night. She's getting 16 hours. He goes on to say, I maybe get 4 to 5 hours a night. She said she just really loves sleeping. How could you possibly date/marry someone like this? I'm just wondering if this is a red flag. Seems like you're kind of just sleeping your life away. So, you're on the second date. You find out she sleeps 16 hours a day.
How is that? How is that? She needs a doctor. How is that possible?
What if she just... Hey, you know what? When I was a kid, I loved to sleep. I mean, seriously, it was weird because I would sleep. I would get probably 13, I'd say 13, 14 hours of sleep.
Okay, listen.
She gets 16.
Listen, that means she would go to bed at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. and wake up at noon.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Okay? Think about that for a second. Like, that is a serious amount of sleep.
Yeah, I would like to see her financial statement. Because how is she working? Where's she getting her money?
And oppositely, the fact that dude's like, I rock like 5 hours a night. No, that's like that's the antithesis of it. You would be so bored. Oh my gosh, you would be so bored.
Would it be awesome?
No, it would be. Yeah.
No. Hey, you always talk to people sometimes. They say the relationship is better when the other travels a lot. Now, that doesn't happen in every case.
No.
I know it's not every case. But when you're spending a lot of time together, what happens? What happens?
You run out of things to talk about?
Sure, and you fight. You get annoyed.
We spend a lot of time together.
You know I don't talk to you during the breaks,
wow.
right?
Ugh. Did you guys see that?
I have to save all of my best stuff for the air.
Beginning of the end.
That's why. I have to have breaks from you, bro. I have to have it. Because if you don't, you fight. You run out of things to say. You know, it's the same stories over and over, but which is okay. You know, I know we both share the same stories every single day.
Yeah.
Which is why my last show probably suffered. They were sick of hearing the same story over and over.
Okay.
But 16 hours per day, I mean, it could be a good thing or a bad thing for you. It depends on how you look at it.
Katie says, that's me. I can sleep for probably 12 hours. I just feel better. Most of the time, though, I only sleep for maybe 7, but my days off, I like to sleep.
12 hours.
That's still like you go to bed at midnight, you're up at noon.
You know what? I've had times recently where I've slept up to 12 hours on the weekends.
Are you sick?
No, I think that's where I catch up on my sleep because I usually will get anywhere between 3 and 5 hours every night during the week. And then on the weekends, I'll sleep in till like 11, and I went to bed at like 9:30.
Man. Over Labor Day weekend, see, this is why I'm like, you'd be bored. Over Labor Day weekend, I was up to like midnight, 1 a.m., reading, whatever. And I still woke up at 5:30 the next morning. So it was like 4.5 hours of sleep.
I make myself go back to sleep, though, on the weekends.
See, I can't. Mostly because if I'm awake and Chrissy's asleep, I'm just kidding. I'm like, I'm up!
Fine!
Because she'll sleep in and I can't. So I'm like, I'm going to go make breakfast. I'm going to do other things. And I'm going to sit on my porch and just enjoy the weather.
Ship my coffee. I'm just going to ship my coffee out here. So anybody out there listening right now, maybe you can beat 16 hours. Is anybody else out there like that? How much sleep do you get? And is 16 hours per day, is that a red flag? I don't know. I'd like to hear what Starmy thinks. Second date, they're having a conversation about sleep. She told him she can sleep up to 16 hours per day. He kind of freaked out. She said she just loves sleeping. And he's kind of wondering, is this marriage material? Is this somebody that I want to be with that's sleeping 16 hours a day? Because you're kind of sleeping your life away at that point. What was it? I got to Google this because recently I saw there was a fact that came out, and I think it was, if you live to be 85 years old, you will have slept, it was something like over 30 years. 30 years you are spent in an average person's lifespan. 30 years sleeping your life away.
So you read his opposite. I wish I could sleep, she said. I just think that's like, I don't know, man. 5 hours for one person and the other person sleeping that many hours. What would you do? Nah, dude.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Everybody's different, though.
You can date her because then you don't have to deal with. Well, no, I was gonna say then you don't have to deal with it. But like maybe on weekends you're like, I'd love to go catch a matinee. I'd love to. Oh, she's still sleeping till noon. I'm up at 6 a.m.
Like 1 or 2.
I can't call or text her because she'll be sleeping. So.
Yeah, I guess it all depends.
It's gonna limit your ability to kick it. Nah.
That's something you got to figure out. I mean, if you wrote it down on paper, like what are the things you want in a relationship? What does the marriage look like? What do you see yourself doing? And most of the time she's in bed sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't know.
By the way, according to science, the theory of catching up on sleep is false.
Is it false? Does that not work?
Yeah, it does not work.
Really?
Yes. In fact, it's actually worse for you.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. It just depends on who you're talking to. Because according to Time magazine, if you catch up on sleep for the weekends, according to the Journal of Sleep Research, there's a surprising asterisk to the advice of regulating your circadian rhythm and having a sleep routine every day. This new study says if you don't get enough sleep during the week, sleeping in on the weekends may actually cancel out some of the associated health risks. Not all of them. Because on the flip side, sleep experts have said you have to have a sleep routine that carries through 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And if you don't get as much, sleeping longer a couple days doesn't do anything but throw your routine off even more.
I think that's why I probably feel the way I do. Because I'm constantly, when I come back to work on Monday, I am off balance like crazy.
Yeah.
I should probably stick with the same routine on the weekends. Yeah. But then I always thought that I was catching up on sleep. That's ugh. I don't know what to believe. But you know what? It's Time magazine. They're a liberal magazine.
Oh my gosh. You're so stupid. You say that jokingly, but there were people probably right away who were like, hey man!
Hey man! That's right!
Hey man!
That's right,
like,
everybody!
Amen.
Amen.
See, there they are.
Mm-hmm.
There they are. That's actual audio of the family listening to us at the dinner table, but for breakfast.
Hey, bro, I got to keep that room at the Peterson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah.
Thebe says people normally sleep when they don't have anything to do. Take her on adventures. Make her life exciting enough to not allow her to be bored so that she'll... 16 hours, bro.
What if she's super grumpy, though? What if you woke her up and she was getting 8 or 9 and she just was a complete... She was a monster. She was a just evil person.
Well, then you don't want to date her anyway, so...
It's like she needs 16 hours of sleep. Or what if it's one of those things that she's just super lazy? Because how do you have maybe she has a part-time job. I guess you could have a part-time job.
Yeah. Or maybe you don't sleep, or maybe you don't work on weekends.
Is that lazy if you really like to sleep? Is that just being lazy? Yeah, because if you really... Because I guess I enjoy sleeping if I can go to sleep.
Yeah.
I love it.
Which, by the way, according to sleep experts, sleep.org, so it's kind of like this sleep debt, they call it. When you say you work during the week, so you only sleep like 5-6 hours a night, right? And you want to, quote, catch up on the weekends, like bankroll that over and do that. That does not help. However, after a sleepless night, a nap the next day reverses some of the negative effects of sleep deprivation. So taking one in the early to mid-afternoon, or maybe, you come home, you catch a quick nap. That's actually very helpful for you.
Yeah, I didn't take a nap yesterday, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have the best night's sleep. I'm going to have the best night's sleep. I didn't take a nap. I'm so tired. Yeah, I woke up at 11:30. I woke up at 1:30. I finally got out of bed at 2 because I couldn't go back to sleep, and I got to work at 3 this morning. I'm not even supposed to be here till 4. Like, I couldn't do it. And it's because I didn't take a nap. I think it threw my routine off. Yeah. I wish...
See?
I'm just going to stop sleeping. Just going to stop.
Altogether.
Just all together.
I know people who sleep like 1 or 2 hours.
Doesn't Beanix do that? Beanix
something
does
like
it.
that, yeah. So
yeah, Brian will lay down for a few minutes and just rest his eyes and wake up.
Man.
Throughout the night. It's kind of crazy. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call into the show.
Yeah.
Trying to find somebody out there that can beat 16 hours. So far, nobody can beat 16 hours. I think you need to get rid of this girl. Red flag, bro. Run.
Our boy Ben chimed in from Legacy. Remember Justin?
Yeah.
Smooth talking. He goes to bed at 7 p.m. on non-service days.
7 p.m.?
That dude goes to bed early. See, I would...
Do you cover the windows?
I know, right?
I'd have to put a blanket up.
Dude, that to me stinks because when the full moon is out, I get like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Because it feels like there's just a neon light blasting into the bedroom, and I'm that Nosferatu, like Dracula dude that needs it pitch black. Yeah. I'm weird about it.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
I can't do that because I won't wake up. If it's constantly pitch black in my room, I would never wake up. I seriously wouldn't.
Right.
I did that when I worked overnights in radio when I was 18, 19 years old, and I slept. I got off work at 6 a.m. and I slept till about 5 or 6 at night.
See, Caleb says he slept 26 hours once.
I've done that before.
I have done. We did a like a share-a-thon type thing years ago. Me and Brodus, Joey Belleville, and we did the morning show live for 3 days straight. I think it was. It was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday we got to go home, and we were awake for the entire thing. When we were on, we had live webcams and stuff, so we couldn't cheat and take naps. You know, like we were just on.
Yeah.
And dude,
the worst.
I went home and I think I slept for 2 days.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I woke up and it was like, what day is it? And Chrissy's like, October?
Yeah.
Like
mine was 3.5 days.
Dude.
That I was up. And yeah, I think Leslie woke me up a couple days in and she was like, you need to drink
just
something.
making sure you're alive.
You need to drink something.
Putting an IV in you as you
like
sleep.
you've been asleep for 48 hours. Like, what?
Yeah. Dude, that was...
My brain wouldn't work right for about
rough.
6 months. It wasn't firing
I
right.
started researching sleep deprivation. It's like, there is a reason why this is a form of torture in war.
Yeah,
like,
right?
It does.
Yeah, you wonder why like
crazy
meth addicts
things.
twitch?
Yeah.
Because they're not sleeping, dude.
Yeah,
It's
sleep
like,
deprivation, yeah.
seriously, it's crazy.
I know.
People die, man.
Yeah.
I was seeing things. I was dreaming while I was asleep or while I was awake. I was like having dreams.
Those are called hallucinations.
No, like I was actually like in like REM. It was like you can actually while you're awake, you can go into that REM state, and it's like your dreams are coming alive. It's the weirdest thing ever. I never do it again ever. Then the sad thing is I wanted to continue to do it. I wanted to keep going. I wanted to shoot for 5 days.
Diego said I'm the type of dude that would put like foil on my windows to sleep. I'm not even kidding, yo.
I had a friend that did that.
I don't do that, but I would like to. It just looks weird.
Foil, I know, right? Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that. But I'm constantly just like, I'm weird about it. It's got to be dark. It's got to be cold, which is weird to me. Listen, all of you people that don't like it cold at night, so then you have the ability to just take the blanket. If it is hot, there's nothing else you can do. Like if you're cold, it's like, okay, put a blanket on you.
Yeah, or wear jammies.
Yeah.
Put some sakis on.
I like it cold, so let me enjoy it cold.
I don't like it really
These
cold.
are the conversations you have to have with your partner before you get married.
Right? Those are good conversations.
Like, hey, but how do you sleep? So I'm glad that they sent this letter in and said, I went on dates with this girl. We started talking about sleep patterns. She sleeps 16 hours a day. I'm like a 5-hour date. Don't do it, bro. Trust me.
Yep.
That's one of 7 complications just in your sleeping. Are you kidding? Don't do it.
Yeah, I say red flag, get out.
Yeah.
I think there's something
We're
weird
actually
going
in
on
agreement
there.
on something.
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
weird. It's like our relationship, On the weekends, I'm like, what are you doing? 7 hours later, you're like, sorry, I was asleep.
Yeah, okay.
That's your go-to text. Don't you try and pretend like you don't. Sorry,
when's
bro.
the last time I sent you that text? Seriously.
Hold on.
You know what? I'm gonna
Hold on.
check mine. See.
Yeah, you go ahead. You check yours.
Let's see here.
When's the last time you texted me?
Man, so many people text me.
Oh, yesterday.
Can't even find your
Literally
text
yesterday. Okay, cool. Oh.
When was it?
It was a different one. It was a different excuse. Sorry, homie, I was in the shower.
See?
I'm tired.
I was in the
I didn't get a nap today.
That's true.
That's the last time
I got out of the shower and I watched the show with the Petersons and I went to bed.
Yep.
See?
So
you can't use that on me, bro.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Oh, the time before that when we were hanging out. Hey, where are you at? Dude, it's bedtime.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy over here. It's like
9.
It was 9 o'clock at night, and you're like, you want to go out?
It was 8:30.
Like, you and Steven want me to come out at like 9 o'clock at night?
Listen, guys, listen
Seriously?
to this excuse. I have a top shelf morning show to put on in the morning. I don't have time for friends that want to
Seriously.
party.
I'm sitting there
9 o'clock at night.
I'm going, dude, this guy, he does a show right alongside me, and he's going to go hang out at 9:30 at night with another friend? It's like, get out of here. Yeah. It's a weeknight. It's a school night. You can't go out at 9:30.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Because I was scared I would go out, and then you'd be like, guys, let's go. It's 10 o'clock now. We got to go. Like, we've been out of 30 minutes.
Okay.
9:30 on a weeknight. Get out of here with that.
Sure. Do we need couples counseling?
Maybe.
Okay.
Probably.
We learned a lot yesterday. If you missed the show, we had Christopher Huertz on, the author of the Sacred Enneagram.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that was
He's
Tuesday.
so funny because it was, I just wasn't into it, but everybody else was.
Everybody
else was. I'm just like, you know what? I get my personality. I understand it. Yeah, whatever.
Hey, man, if you don't want to grow with me, that's cool.
I
man.
mean,
That's
I get
cool.
it. I mean, actually, like reading yours and reading mine, it does. I get how it works in relationships.
Man,
you know, you can kind of understand the person a little bit better and why they are the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dave says you would have gone if it was with Mike Brown.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Fluffy says when they lived in Juneau, Alaska, they had to put foil on the windows because their cats would think it was time to eat at 2 a.m.
Ugh.
I don't think I could live in a place where it's like, it's daylight for 3 weeks.
Yeah, there's no way.
Because on the flip side, when it was dark for weeks at a time, I would never leave my bed.
Yeah.
I would forget. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 40 days a night, man.
Is that really it?
In Alaska, there's 40 days out of the year where it's nighttime.
Is that because the movie is titled that and that's what you think, or is that real?
It's real, dude. Is that real? Is that real?
You don't know. You're basing your life and facts off of a movie title.
Yeah, because, you know, vampires.
Oh,
man. All right, you know what? I'm good. Quick Google search.
So great.
Okay, we're good here.
Where?
Yeah, it's a period of 7 to 10 weeks without the sun. Let's see. What is it? Is it Barrow? It's Barrow, Alaska. Yep, that's where it's at. Barrow, Alaska. Experiences between 51 and 67 days with no
Alaska.
sun. Yeah, so 51 to between 51 to 67 days with no sun beginning in November and ending in January. So it's more than 40 days. Crazy. Can you imagine that if it was dark for 51 days?
I couldn't.
No thanks.
We would have to do the show like top notch all the time so that people would be awake. They need to go do their jobs, and that's what we're here for.
Yep.
To entertain, encourage, escalate, and extract.
Yep.
The 4 E's. Nailed it. Okay, encourage, educate, entertain, equip.
How much do you get paid to live in Alaska? So far, more than $21 billion has been handed out to the people of Alaska. Are everybody millionaires there?
Well, yeah, because all the oil and polar bear skins.
Alaska will pay you $2,000 a year just to live there. I'm out.
Okay.
$2,000 a year. I'm out.
Yeah, but you got to drive 3 days to the nearest
I don't
Walmart.
care. I don't care.
Going out for groceries, honey. I'll be back in 3 days. Taking the stagecoach.
All I need is a weapon and some dynamite. That's all I need. That's all I need to survive, guys. I've watched Survive in Alaska.
Incredible.
I've watched The Last Frontier.
Amazing. Amazing.
All right, let's take a break. We're almost done today. Thanks for joining us, guys. But nobody beats 16 hours. Nobody.
No, not regularly. That's too
like
much.
a record. I wonder if, like, she could probably break a world record for sleeping the most. But it sounds like everybody agrees. Red flag, probably should get out. But it depends on you, man. Depends on you. Thanks for writing in. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star DA Studios. We'll be right back.
Do you ever get so excited that you just can't wait?
Yes! Here is the new music of Star 88.
I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Worship, Christian hits, fresh indie, Star 88. Dr. James Dobson reminds us of this. To succeed in our career at the expense of our family is no real success at all. That's a Star 88 solar flare.
No more living in the dark, no disguise. come alive, and the world needs to know the hope that we hold. Love is breaking through the darkness. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights, just like the city lights. Just like the city lights. You're the brightest. You are lighting up the night. You're the wonder, bringing color to our lives. It's your love in us. Oh, it's your love in us. Oh, we're gonna burn bright like the city lights. We're gonna burn bright like we've come alive. We've come alive, and the world needs to know the hope that we hold. Love is breaking through the darkness. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights, just like the city lights. Just like the city lights. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. We will never be the same, and our hearts cannot contain. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. We will never be the same, and our hearts cannot contain. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. Oh, we're gonna burn bright like the city lights, just like the city lights. We're gonna burn bright like we've come alive. We've come alive, and the world needs to know the hope that we hold. Love is breaking through the darkness. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights, just like the city lights. 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 The city lights, like the city lights. Just like the city lights.
Ravi Zacharias says our culture is morally suicidal. Here's Ravi on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
My professor of philosophy, Dr. Norman Geisler, has authored scores of books, wrote a 5,000-page manuscript, an encyclopedia of philosophy of religion. And he and I were having lunch one day. He'd been my professor. And I said, so are you happy this is over with? He said, well, I'm still pondering my wife's questions. He said, she read the whole manuscript, shut it down, looked at me in the eye and said, Norm, tell me something truthfully. Do even you understand what you have said here? And you climb up the ladder of abstraction and you think of what the Lord said about the kingdom. He took a child and put a child in the middle and said, unless you become as one of these, neither shall you enter into the kingdom of heaven. The Lord alone gives us the sublimity of the gospel and the sophistication so that it can stretch even the greatest minds.
A Star 88 PowerPoint.
Fractured and falling down. My enemy
devastating peek behind the curtains of the West Wing, laid bare in Bob Woodward's new book.
White House Chief of Staff John Kelly quoted in the book as saying of the president, quote, he's an idiot, he's gone off the rails, we're in crazy town.
Tropical storm Gordon is threatening more than 8 million people along the Gulf Coast.
Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing for the Supreme Court nearly turned into a free-for-all with frequent interruptions from Senate Democrats and protesters.
Jeffrey Owens, who had appeared in The Cosby Show, breaking his silence, he'd been shamed for working at a Trader Joe's. He says there is no shame in working.
No one has to feel sorry for me. I'm doing fine.
New turmoil for USA Gymnastics. Just 9 months onto the job, President and CEO Kerry Perry has resigned. Perry was brought on to lead USA Gymnastics throughout the fallout from the Larry Nassar sex abuse scandal.
The Mueller and Trump teams are continuing to discuss a possible interview with the president. Those discussions are now focusing more on written questions for the president.
The iconic Wizard of Oz slippers have been found. They were stolen 13 years ago.
Oh, who cares?
Oh my gosh, they're the most iconic slippers in the world.
They're stupid slippers.
You're a stupid slipper.
Give me a break. Good morning.
Oh, hey, guy.
Welcome to the show. Oh, man, it's Wednesday, and we're almost done. Guys, we have an epic show on Friday, guys. It's so epic, we don't even know what we're doing, okay? Starting at 6 a.m., Nate and Steven, are taking over with us. Don't know. No idea. I don't even know if we're going to be here. Or wait, Steve-O's going to be board hopping for Steven and Nate Heitzig.
Live from Orlando. We're bringing you
6 to 7.
updates with everything that's going on out there. You'll be like, yeah, guys, a lot of stuff happening in the industry. Hold on, we're about to go on Star Tours. Oh, yeah, you guys are working so hard.
Yeah.
We're going to play music for 15 minutes. When they get off this ride, we're going to come back to them as they enjoy their work day.
Is it like a couple minutes checking in? Is it?
That's a whole hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, taking over the hour. It's going to be good.
All right. So do I get to sleep in? Because I'm wondering, I'm confused by all of the information that we've received. I'd really like to plug it, but I have no idea.
Speaking confused, man, misinformation. Yesterday, Nike did something, and the world lost their mind.
Dude, Nike stock dropped.
Plummeted.
Seriously, I was thinking, you know what? This isn't going to be bad. This is good for Nike. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Some are calling it an attack on America.
Okay.
I'm not even joking. Yesterday, if you just want to get a pulse on our culture, watch any news yesterday about the new Nike ad.
Are Canadians like this?
I don't know, right?
It's
like, man,
Australians like this because I sometimes just you know what? I'm proud to be an American. I would like to think I'm proud to be an American because it's a great country, but sometimes.
Back when there were great wars, you know what I'm saying? Like the big wars, it was like, you don't want America to get involved, man. We're going to mess you up. And nowadays, it's like, what are they going to do? I'd be like, seriously, hold on. Hold on, guys. I got to finish this tweet.
Oh, my gosh. I'm burning my Nikes. I am setting my Nikes on fire as we speak. I cannot take it anymore.
Which, by the way, I'm all for that. If you want to boycott in that way, we should throw a bonfire here. So if you want to send us your Nikes, we would be glad to take them and burn them for you. We'll do it. I'm looking for, what do you need? I'm looking for some 11s to burn.
What? You stole that from the internet. You stole that because I've seen so many posts.
Big Pin.
Everybody's posted that. Hey, if you guys are looking to get rid of them, I'm a size 10. I'm a size 10.
Yeah, I'll burn them for you.
You get rid of those Nikes, just send them our way.
Burn them up.
Hey, you know what? But just to be real for a second, if you are that person out there that wants to get rid of your Nikes now, go down and send them to Goodwill or something.
Yes, dude.
There's so many
Give them to a homeless shelter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Although I did see a homeless person setting his Nikes on fire the other day. I mean, he was upset over the.
Shut up.
He's upset. He's not even gonna wear them. It's like I'd rather be barefoot. I'd rather just be barefoot than support Nike now. Seriously.
Man.
We're so weird, right? Americans are weird. We're weirdos,
no, for real.
Man.
Caleb says, give them to homeless veterans.
Yeah. Seriously.
Cruz says, my daughter made a good point. There are people without shoes, and yet we're just burning them up.
Yeah, $150 shoes.
Yeah,
we're just lighting them on fire because.
Gosh.
Here's the weird part about it is if you looked into any major company, most major companies, and you found out what they stood for, you'd lose your mind.
Yeah.
You'd lose your mind.
Yeah.
But you know what? We don't have time to really look into those things. But as soon as we see a headline come out or we see Colin Kaepernick, is endorsed by Nike, it's like, oh my gosh, set fire now.
And on the flip side, people are like, nah, dog, Nike's finally woke. I'm like, really? Because I'm pretty sure it's just a political ad trying to like get some publicity, and it's all about the almighty dollar. Has nothing to do with Nike being, quote, woke. You know what I mean? Like, oh, America.
Yeah, what was the line that we talked about yesterday that we were all pumped about? Was the Nike put out? What was the line that was over Colin's face?
Oh, believe in something even if it means sacrificing
Have you
everything?
seen the Mike Tyson one?
Oh, no.
It's so great. The Mike Tyson one is so great. Believe.
Stop it. Believe in something. Yep.
That's good. Yep. You better start setting fire to your whole wardrobe,
Yeah.
All right. 505-338-3700. Give us a call. All right. I have a list of the best and worst cities to raise a family.
I was going to say, please tell me we're going to do this one because you teased it earlier this morning, and I'm like, hey, I've had multiple people going, where am I moving with my kids?
Seriously, I think it was it was either last year or 2 years ago. I want to say 2 years ago. I think we were almost last. I think we might have been last when it came to the worst city for raising a family. So where do you think New Mexico stands on this list? The 2018 best
or
and worst city for raising a family.
I don't think we're at the bottom. At least I'd hope we're not at the bottom. I was hoping we're not even in the bottom 10 for cities.
Yeah, so this study ranked 182 of the biggest cities in the country. The rankings are based on 46 different factors, including things like playgrounds, parks.
We have a ton of parks,
a
lot of great outdoor places.
Crime rates.
I'm going to go down a step on that.
Air and water quality.
We have great water and air quality.
Okay, you know what?
That's California's fault.
My skin is
it's not
so
our fault
dry.
California's on fire.
I went to Dallas for the first time.
Pacific West is on fire.
My body was it was enlightened.
Whatever.
Because
we have great air
so
quality
moist.
Here. You know what? Go live in LA for 3 minutes and
we
tell
live
me
5,000 feet in the air. Give me a break. I can barely breathe.
Oh my god.
There's
I'm
like
sitting down.
so little
I can't
oxygen
with you today. I can't.
If I go for a run, I want to die. I could probably run a marathon a day if I lived in California.
Okay. You'll die of like all the smog that you're just ingesting every moment of the day. You fly into LA and you're like, oh, this is so good. I'm getting through the layer of gross. Don't give me that.
Education. Oh, come on, guys.
Dang, that's going to take us way down, actually.
Cost of living isn't too bad. And housing. Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
All right, so.
I feel like we're going to be somewhere in the middle.
Let me give you the best city, okay? If you are a family and you're looking to raise a family in the best city in America.
Salt Lake City.
I mean, no, but.
No, seriously, right? Yeah. No, I'm just thinking.
That's probably
that would be my guess.
Let me see.
Kevin says St. George, Utah. He also said Denver. Best place to raise a kid.
So far, nobody's hit the top 10 for best.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
For best?
Yes.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Detroit. Come on, Caleb. We know Mississippi's going to be in the bottom.
So these are
Biloxi.
These are the best. Fargo, North Dakota.
Number one?
No, that's not number one. Huntington Beach, California.
Okay.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
I love cost of living. It's like Huntington Beach, California. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, lots of parks and
me and my family
playgrounds.
of 4, we live in the shanty down the way. It only cost us $4.3 million.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Fremont, California. Irvine, California.
Huh. What about Beaumont? Is
Plano, Texas.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
South Burlington, Vermont. And number 1 was Overland Park, Kansas.
Oh, wow.
Kansas.
Kansas, number one.
Was number one as far as the best city to raise a family. Now, the worst cities.
Please tell me we're not on the bottom 10. Oh, are you going to do this like David Letterman, like you do for the Bible from 30,000 feet? Can you do this as number 10? Do it as your David Letterman.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Go ahead, just do it. Come on, they asked us to do that for the Bible from 30,000 feet.
I don't want to.
My favorite was the fact that we were both going, a what?
A what?
A Letterman impression?
Huh?
What year is this?
That was like, number 9.
That's your Letterman impression, and we're going, this is terrible. But if you come to service tonight, you'll catch it. You'll catch it.
You'll catch it.
Bible from 30K, bro.
You'll catch it. All right, let me go to the bottom of the list
That's
here.
right.
So
Please
I can tell you.
Please,
all right?
please do this as Letterman.
The worst
in the world
is Newark, New Jersey.
Really?
Yep.
Newark was the worst?
Yep, that was the worst place to raise a family.
I seriously thought you were going to say Detroit. I'm not.
Detroit was second to last.
Oh, really?
Yep. Miami, Florida,
worst.
Cleveland.
Miami was third worst.
Miami was third worst.
Okay.
Let's see. Cleveland, Baltimore, San Bernardino, Memphis. Okay, now seriously, where do you think Albuquerque landed? I'm scrolling.
Okay, you said 180 something, right? There were 180.
181.
I'm gonna say 72.
You're gonna say 72.
Yeah, like somewhere in the middle, somewhere where it's like
110th.
Okay. What do we bet?
That's pretty good, man. We're 110.
What's around us? Like, what are we comparable to?
New York, New York. Come on.
Really?
Come on, guys.
Okay.
Tacoma, Washington. It's beautiful there.
Yeah, dude.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
All right. See, that's not bad.
Garland, Texas.
Was that the first, like, New Mexico place? Like, we're not that low on the list.
Yeah, man.
That makes me happy.
Beautiful. Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Hey,
110th.
Good job.
We're moving up.
Shout
guys.
out to Albuquerque. We're getting better. You know
We are
why?
moving up.
Because we have the best family-friendly morning show in the history of ever.
Yep. Best family friendly because everybody can listen to it, guys.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
get that all the time from people.
Mhm.
If you'd like to tell us that, email us, studio@star88.fm, so others believe us.
I got Orlando beat us.
Orlando beat us?
I heard Orlando was like, not a good place.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Anchorage, Alaska beat us. I feel like that would be the safest place.
What about Santa Fe?
I wonder if it even made it on the
Like
list.
there's no way they're up there.
Let's see here.
'Cause
Salt Lake
cost of
City was
living?
42nd.
Okay, 42nd though.
Yeah.
Salt Lake should be way up there.
Ooh, Billings, Montana was 32nd.
All right, Colorado Springs in the top 30.
Ooh,
Good
24
job,
was
guys.
San Diego. That's where I want to be, guys.
It's so expensive, all of these places. There is no other New Mexico town
I
on
don't
the
think
list.
there's another New Mexico town, but let me double check here. Don't see it.
Only Albuquerque made like the top 180 cities. Really? No Santa Fe, New Mexico?
Beat El Paso.
Oh, duh.
Oh, Las Cruces, New Mexico was 132nd. Good job,
Okay.
Albuquerque.
We did it.
Good job.
We're 30 cities better than you, Las Cruces.
Let me double check, make sure Santa
Actually,
Fe is
I like
on
Las
there.
Cruces.
Yeah, see? Santa Fe. Didn't make it on there.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Hello, Brett.
Well, hi.
Hi. What are you doing? How you feeling?
Nothing.
How you feeling? That Instagram video yesterday, I was really worried about you.
Yeah, catch us up for those that don't just follow your whole world on Instagram, because some of us have lives. Tell me what happened.
Actually, let's just hear from the
Instagram
Instagram.
handle,
Hold on,
Bonnie
Britt.
the
Hold on.
McVeigh.
Hold on. Let me just hear from Britt yesterday.
Okay, guys. I have literally had a day from hell. Okay,
Numbers?
literally, like, Satan sat the worst day.
Wow. Satan himself.
So it all started, I was like, I had a rough day with work, and then, I
Wow.
burnt my meat that I was cooking right now.
Oh, gosh.
So then I'm on the phone and Jacob starts yelling, so I had to go to the other room, and on my way to the other room, I slip on water from Brutus's bowl and I slam my tailbone on the floor.
Oh, gosh. That
So then
doesn't
I'm
feel
crying
fast.
because I fell and hit my tailbone really, really hard.
I'm so sorry.
And mind you, I just finished making guacamole,
Right.
and I start crying. I wipe my tears.
Britt, your life was a mess yesterday.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Talk us through it. What
Sounds
happened?
like it.
Are you wearing a patch, an eye patch, a pirate patch?
Honestly, dude, my eye was swollen last night. Like, it was gnarly. Like, it was such a crazy day. It almost felt like I was in a movie. Like, you know what I wanted to say? Like, okay, Ashton, is this real? Am I getting punked?
Gosh.
Like, is this
Ashton
real life?
Kutcher, for everybody that doesn't know, that's
That was a really, really dated
Yeah,
reference.
that was like
To be
happened
fair, she fell and hit
in
her
the
head
90s.
yesterday, so she doesn't. She thinks it's still the 90s, guys.
I was like, am I getting punked? No, seriously, you guys, it was awful. So, like, you know, Jake and it was like witching hour. Both kids are crying. I had a rough day. Good thing Seth was home. I just, like, had such a busy day with work. So then I was in the kitchen. I'm making guacamole, and Jaken's, like, screaming his head off. I'm on a call, and so I had to go to the other room. And apparently Brutus decided to get water from his water bowl all over the floor, and I biffed it harder than heck, and I hit my tailbone. Seth's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? I was like, I can't move my butt.
Oh my gosh.
You can't move. Dude, I start like bawling my eyes out because I'm just being sensitive. Like, he comes to help me up. You know, he's like all muscly, he, like picks me up.
He's
He's
all
like,
muscly.
Are you okay, babe? Like,
What is this, a romance novel? Oh, he's all muscly.
and then
Why do you got to put
Romeo
that in
came
there?
around.
Like he's all muscly? Really?
Was that a negative or a positive?
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's all
in your
muscly.
negative story.
Him
you're
and his
like,
muscles pick me
yeah,
up.
it was like,
Okay,
ugh, it was
is this
like
your
bulky.
story? Is this your story? I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was your guys' story.
Okay.
Please tell me
Wow.
how
Oh,
you
wow.
say it better.
Oh, wow.
So then, so I start crying. Well, I wipe my tears from my eyes. Dude,
Yes.
I have jalapeno all over my
jalapeno.
freaking hand.
Oh, man. So now it's jalapeno eyes.
Yeah, dude, my eye is swollen. Like,
Oh.
it is, like, swollen. So then I go back to the kitchen. I'm like, Steph, I can't see. Like, he's like, so you know what he tells me to do? Put coconut oil in it. I'm like, where did you get that from? Like, where did you hear that? He's like, well, I don't know. Like, I just, figured it was.
Wow, you don't trust your
No,
husband, huh?
dude. No. So, anyways, I put my breast milk in my eye that I had in the
You
fridge.
did what?
So
You put your breast milk in there?
Guys,
Yes.
if anything, this
Yes.
tells you exactly these poor pray for stay-at-home moms. Okay, this woman is going through a really hard time in her life, and this is our typical Starmy mom listener. So thank you.
Yeah,
We call you P1s.
You guys honestly, no, like, you guys keep me going. Like, if it weren't for you, when it was 10 o'clock yesterday, I was like, no! It just all starts going downhill from there.
Yeah,
so,
I know. I'm
but
sorry.
to finish the story, I go in the kitchen to wash my hands, and like my eye can't even see, and I smell something burning. Dude,
no.
my meat
The
and
prime
my
rib?
beans for my taco salad burned.
Why would you do that?
It's 8 o'clock at night. I have a bruised tailbone, a swollen eye. I can't see, and no dinner. Like,
Gosh, man. Yep.
yeah, this is a life of
It
a
was
stay-at-home
your
mom.
it was your no good, very bad day.
It's the Real Housewives of Star
No
88.
good.
Thank you, Albert. I
Very,
agree.
very bad day.
Life
Like,
of a
yeah,
housewife.
it was. But you know what? I'm so thankful for friends because I had a ton of people like messaging me their funny jalapeno stories. Man.
That's a good. Write that down, Steve-O. Good jalapenos
Yeah,
topic.
I had, to
That'd
put,
be-
I had to wear glasses today because I was making a good salsa
They're
yesterday,
actually safety
and I
goggles?
accidentally touched my contact lens, and it literally burned a hole in my retina.
No kidding.
Yeah, so
Do you
I didn't
guys-
post it
I
on
was so
Instagram because I
thankful.
didn't want to complain. But yeah,
What's that?
Whatever,
Brett?
I don't care. Do you guys? I'm so thankful I didn't have my contacts in. I just had my glasses on. I was
know, right?
seriously thanking the Lord because that's awful.
that
is
is
so awful.
Yeah, that is of the Lord. That's
God is truly with you.
God was with you because it was like you
Are
wanted
you
to
picking
put
up
your
Seth from the airport?
no.
Yeah, you know,
No.
you could just schedule me in. Just let me know.
Yep, just let us know when.
Yeah.
We'll
He's flying Southwest, so if you could just be there at the Southwest terminal, that would be great.
You got
haven't even said what
You pick
day.
No, you don't have to
You
tell me.
pick up bags, right?
No.
You know,
he's all muscly, so I don't think we need to.
he can handle it.
Are you muscly?
You know,
Are you
no,
muscly?
Seth is all Seth is so muscly. We don't need to pick up the bags for him. You know what I mean?
Oh no, Seth doesn't do that
That's
peasant
his
work.
jam.
He needs someone else to pick up his
okay.
bag.
Yeah,
that's good to know. All good things to know.
Well,
God bless
I'm
you.
glad
I
you're
hope
alive.
you survive the next few days
I
without
did.
your hubby.
Are you gonna be okay? Are you gonna be able to?
No, dude, he's coming back tonight.
Tonight?
Oh wait,
wow,
what?
he
That's
left
the
this
shortest
morning.
work
Come
trip
on.
ever.
He left this morning.
Shortest work trip ever.
Who flies and comes home
I
on the
wouldn't
same
let
day?
him. Someone whose wife doesn't want him to be away overnight.
Yeah, duh. I'm like, wow, where's he really going? You know what I'm saying? Like, who flies one day?
You want
know?
to talk?
Oh no!
Listen.
Don't worry. Remember, I told you I have a little checker on where he's at. He's right
yeah,
now.
you're tracking him. Where's he at right now? Can you give us?
Guys,
where's he at?
Downtown
this is good insight.
Phoenix.
He's downtown.
It looks like, Main Avenue and.
Is it the Wynn Hotel? Is he at the Wynn Hotel? Is it the Wynn? Tell me if it's the Wynn.
Oh,
is it the Wynn
Oh
Hotel?
my God! Is this Cheater's Hotel?
Yeah.
Excuse me, did I call into Cheater's Hotel?
Amazing.
Okay. We gotta go, Britt. It's time to
Bye.
go.
The show's over. I'm sorry.
See you later.
Poor thing. What's she gonna do for the rest of the day?
My life's going downhill.
Starmy, thank you for letting us impact your lives every single day.
Yes.
For
Thank
now.
you so much. We are done. Thank you. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for being a part of the show. Facebook, YouTube Live. We'll upload the shows if you missed it. You're just tuning in. Go back, watch the show. Share it with your friends. We're on iTunes. Just search Morning Invasion. We're if you download the app, Star 88 app, to your smartphone, you guys can stream us live throughout the day and night. You can get us on demand. Have a beautiful day, guys.
Oh, and
Beautiful.
also with you.
Goodbye, guys. See you tomorrow.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos.